It's time for Rebel Sports on mylocalradio.com and 98.3 KADQ. Rebel Sports is brought to you by Rocky Mountain Power, Ready, Rich School District, Town of Randolph, Evanston Regional Hospital, Come On In, Westar Printing and Rocky Mountain Sign, T7 Propane, Station on Main, Stacy's Repair, Ellingford Brothers, Bear Lake Memorial Hospital, Bear Lake Realty, Independent Software Solutions, Jimmy John's, Dr. McKay Frankum, Crawford Trough, Woodruff Corner Store, Our Bakery, Mound Valley Cattle Company, and the town of Garden City.
Welcome to all of our Rich County listeners. We are just down the road in Cokeville, Wyoming, ready for this doubleheader between the Rich Rebels and the Cokeville Panthers tonight. We're going to start off with the girls' game. You currently see the JV boys on your screen, and our boys are in a bit of a dogfight, 33-27 current score. But we're going to start our pregame show. We got some great interviews for you today, and thank you to our sponsors, particularly the Ellingford Brothers, as they are our sponsors for our pregame show. And so we will get things going here. As I say, the girls will be the first on the docket today, followed by the boys at 7:30. So 6 o'clock tip-off time for the girls' game. We'll be back after this. Thanks for tuning in to My Local Radio and 98.3 KDQ FM for this Ellingford Brothers pregame show of Rich Rebel basketball.
Quality is the one thing that you can always count on when you do business with Ellingford Brothers in Evanston. Whether you're looking for strong, high-quality cement for construction, sand and gravel for road base, a cement trough or critter ladder for your livestock, or steel fabrication, including custom towing packages, bumpers, and other vehicle accessories, you always get high-quality products and friendly, knowledgeable service at Ellingford's. Stop in today, 199 County Road, Evanston.
We know from experience that in rural America, people really care about three things: their faith, their money, and their high school sports. And not necessarily in that order.
It's a race. Mendez in some space down the left wing. Steps into a shot. Mendez scores! Red Devils on top. 2-0 on the Heritage Auto Levinson scoreboard.
The 0-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. Hello, North Carolina. Cheyenne's coming to visit.
The My Local Radio Sports Network covers high school sports in Utah, Idaho, and Wyoming. American Legion Baseball and high school rodeo in Utah, Idaho, and Wyoming. Advertising in the My Local Radio Sports Network is unique for two reasons. One, it's the best way to reach your local audience, and two, it's the most economical way to reach your regional and national audience. Join us today on the My Local Radio Sports Network.
Welcome back to our listeners. Once again, we are here in Cokeville, Wyoming, getting ready to have our doubleheader tonight. Boys and girls both playing tonight. Great matchup, and I'm excited to have my friend Rob with me tonight, and it's going to be a great matchup. Rob, I know you weren't there in person for the Fort Bridger Invitational, but you kept track and watched the games. If you want to just base it off of like matchups, we've got a tough game tonight. The marquee win for the boys over the weekend was against Mountain View, and Cokeville's boys, they beat Mountain View's boys by about 15. So if you're comparing wins, very even matchup, and girls for Cokeville had a similar weekend as our girls did as well. And so it's going to be a fun one.
Coach Cornea told me that he's going to call this championship week because he thinks this game against Cokeville, the game against Grace tomorrow night, and Saturday against North Summit are the best three games they're going to see in a row. He wants to call it championship week because it's the best prep they're going to get 3 days in a row to get ready for state, which is a long ways away
Well, and I think Cokeville could call it the same thing. This is one of 4 games for them this week. So they have the Rebels tonight, and then they go to Shoshone for a 3-game tournament over 2 days. And so, yeah, big start. You'll hear in our interview, I encouraged Coach Hatch and Coach Barnes to take it easy today so they can preserve their energy for the weekend. I guarantee they won't listen to what I'm saying. I was talking to my sister-in-law on the way over about how much the Cokeville game means to both Rich and Cokeville. It's like playing your sibling, right? There's a lot of love. There's obviously there's a lot of relations. I'm related to 3/4 of this gym tonight, but then it makes it so you want to win even more, right? So it's going to be a good matchup where everyone wants to win. A lot of close relationships, and that makes it fun. So we'll be back after this. When we come back, it is our Where Are They Now segment. I was able to catch up with John Scott this week. He graduated 4 or 5 years ago from Rich High School. He was actually on the first team that Coach Lex Cornea coached at Rich High School, so it was fun catching up with him. And tune in for that after the break. This is an Ellingford Brothers pregame show, and you are listening on 98.3 KADQ FM and watching online at mylocalradio.com.
It's the best feeling when you've had a long drive and you see your hotel, the Come On Inn, Casper. That means your day just got better. At the Come On Inn, you have lots of options. Unwind in the hot tub, go for a swim, relax in the beautiful atrium, and sleep in total comfort. Centrally located, the Come On Inn is close to everything. In the morning, start your day with a delicious breakfast. Top it all off with an amazing, friendly staff who is always glad to see you. It doesn't get better than that. When you're in Casper, always stay at the Come On Inn.
WattSmart is Rocky Mountain Power's energy efficiency program. WattSmart provides rebates to residential customers for energy efficiency upgrades made around the home. Devices and appliances that use electricity in your home can usually be made more efficient, and that can save you money and energy. When you decide to make upgrades, we have rebates available for you. Visit WattSmartHomes.com today.
I am here with our Where Are They Now segment, and I've got John Scott with me, and I'm excited to talk to him. John, how is life? What's going on in your world?
Oh, life's good, man. Just back up here for the break. Back from school for a little bit, and yeah, it's been good.
So where are you going to school?
Going to school down at Southern Utah University down in Cedar City, so not too far, not out of state, but still quite the drive to come back up.
Rich Rebel faithful are familiar with the drive, as we just barely went on that for the football state championship game. And
very true.
Were you there, or were you too busy with the college life to be in attendance that day?
I was there. Me and my sister Hannah actually showed up and supported the boys playing Monticello, I think it was, and had quite the game, from what I could tell.
Yeah. So John, what are you studying at SU?
I'm studying exercise science right now.
So, and is that going to be a prerequisite for what?
The plan is either going into physical therapy or looking into more of a called osteopathy.
Yeah.
Kind of like a medical doctor, isn't kind of like an MD, but with a more holistic preventative medicine approach.
So like a DO.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, that's awesome. They're getting more and more popular going that route. I've got a few friends doing that, so best of luck to you on that. And, well, John, let's talk about, before we started, you were acting like you were an old man saying, a long time ago I did interviews in high school. What have you been up to, besides college, what have you been up to since you graduated? You served a mission. Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, served my mission. I was down in Santiago, Chile. Did that for 2 years. I got back in October of 23. So I've been back for a little bit more than a year now. Yeah, it was a great experience. Would recommend it to anyone thinking about it. It was really fun. I really enjoyed it. My sister just actually got called on her mission, so
I saw that too. Going to Spain, it sounds like.
Yep, exactly.
Well, we'll have to catch up with her doing one of these before she heads out in May. But, John, your little brother Carter, now it's his time to show what he's got in a Rebel uniform, and he did just that over the weekend. Were you able to watch the Mountain View game?
I was able to watch the Mountain View game, at least parts of it. I saw highlights that he was showing me, and then also got to sit down and watch it with my roommate a little bit.
So John, are you one of those brothers that's excited for your brother and you call him after the game and congratulate him, or are you one of those ones that are like, you know what, I've seen better? What kind of brother are you?
I'm a little bit of both. I mean, I'm happy for him. I enjoy watching him play, and I tell him he's doing really well, but I still tell him that he's still got to beat me, which he has beat me a couple times, but not to the point where he can take me down every time yet.
Yeah. Well, he sure had a great game. We're excited about him and his teammates for the remainder of the year. Let's talk about your high school days, John. I've told this to Lex and my dad many times that, out of all the teams Lex Corney has had, it's hard to beat, and maybe my favorite one, his very first one. You were part of that team. And between you and Riley and a few others, it was a fun season. Talk to me about that season.
That was my senior year. Coming out, we had a brand new coach, and I thought we did pretty well for what we came in doing. We had to learn that new system, but we learned it quick, and we had a really good time playing with each other. I'm still in contact with a lot of those guys that I played with, and we still have a good time to this day. So
yeah, you guys were a tight-knit group, and tell me, John, because the year before your junior year, there was a lot of struggles, and what did Coach Corney do for you guys that helped you to really make a big jump in that your senior year? Because I know that you guys exceeded a lot of expectations. Like I say, to this day, still one of my favorite groups to watch play.
Coach Corney is an incredible coach, bringing us together as a group. That was partially his doing of bringing us together as a tight-knit group, and then also putting confidence in us of what we could do as a team. Like you said, the year before my senior year, we struggled a lot, especially going into the tournament. Made it to the tournament and lost very quickly, and it wasn't pretty. But into our senior year, he really pushed that we could play and play the team and put a system in place that allowed us to play to our strengths that wasn't really in place for us before.
Well, that's a great shout-out for Lex. And speaking of shout-outs, I always like to end these interviews with asking alumni, who's a teacher that comes to mind that had an impact on you during your years at Rich?
I mean, I'm biased because he was my coach, but Coach Lex Corney was an incredible leader for me on and off the court and really influenced me in what I'm doing now and what I want to do in the future. So shout out to Coach Lex again.
And well-deserved. He's a great teacher and a great coach, like you say. Well, John, thanks for taking time out of your day to chat with me, and good luck with getting ready to apply and attend medical school. It looks like you have an awesome future ahead of you. And you're missed, but like we say, we've got John reincarnated somewhat in Carter Scott, so we're excited for his future as well. So
the best part is he's got another year ahead of him too. So
exactly. Yep. It's that junior group. They remind me of your friend, you and your friends. Very tight knit group. They might be a little bit goofier than you guys were. That class of juniors, but they're a great bunch of ball players. So it'll be a fun year. Anyway, John, thanks for taking the time. And
of course, awesome. Thank you, Bradley.
I am here with our...
Listening to the music that you love brings you joy. MyLocalRadio.com brings you that music. Whether you like listening to country's biggest stars, classic pop hits, classic rock and rock hits, or country's young guns and legendary southern rock. MyLocalRadio.com puts your favorite music at your fingertips. Download the app to your mobile device or log onto the website to bring more joy into your life with your favorite music. MyLocalRadio.com.
Ready is committed to providing superior services to our customers by requiring individual accountability for excellence in quality, safety, and dependability. We are a growing company that is currently hiring across Wyoming, Colorado, Texas, Nevada, Idaho, and elsewhere. Our valued team members receive competitive wages, full benefits, and weekly pay. Interested in joining our team? Visit ReadyUSA.com. We are ready.
It's time now for our pregame show, and I am very excited to be chatting with my old friend, Coach Ben Barnes from Cokeville. Coach, you and I have been best friends since, 2005? Is that when you were at Rich Middle School?
Yeah, back in 05, year 05, 06, that was a good year for me.
So Coach Barnes was the math teacher and basketball coach at Rich Middle School, my 8th grade year, and then he decided to leave me for Oranger Pastures. He went to Cokeville. So, and Coach, it's been a good move for you. You've had kids that have done awesome there, and Cokeville's a great community, but how have things been for you since you've gone there?
Hey, they've been excellent. One thing I've found is there have been good people here in Cokeville, and when I was in Rich County, Rich Middle School, there was great people there, and everybody treated me so good there, and people have treated me good here. So they've both been great places.
Coach, talk to us about how things went for you guys at the Bridger Valley tournament.
Overall good. We took a couple of losses to Mountain View and Lyman. We competed well with them in the first half, and then we dropped off a little bit in the second half. We beat Wind River, and that was a good win for us. But we want to do a little bit better against those good teams, Mountain Views and Lymans and Riches. To stay in a full game, kind of dropped off, so we got to do a little better in the second half. Got a lot of things that we learned from the weekend, and hope to just keep getting better at some of those things, you know.
Yeah, Coach, how good was that Mountain View team? Because our girls as well had a loss to them. I was amazed by how they were big, strong, and athletic. Definitely probably the best team that we'll see all year.
It was hard to believe. There's some big girls, and when I say big, I mean they are strong.
Yeah, it was a fun night. You've had the opportunity to coach your kids since you've taken this job as the girls basketball coach. You've had your oldest daughter that now graduated, and you currently have a junior on the team. What's that been like to be able to coach your own kids in this position?
Well, it's actually been really awesome. I'm kind of lucky. My daughters treat me pretty good, and hopefully I treat them pretty good. And they've been just really fun to coach, and that's been really a highlight of my coaching career. And the highlight of my life is to be able to work with them.
Well, you do a great job, Coach, and we wish you the best of luck. Do you guys have other games this week besides Rich?
We head up to Shoshone, and we have a game against Burlington on Friday. Saturday, we're still in Shoshone. We play Upton and Rocky Mountains.
So in 2 weeks' time, you'll have played 7 games.
Yeah, we packed it in right now.
Yeah, well, don't use too much energy. You got to conserve for the weekend.
Yeah. Well, we'll try to do that.
Yeah. Well, Coach, always good to talk to you, and thanks for taking time out of your prep hours this morning to chat Panther basketball.
Hey, thanks, Bradley. Always good to talk to you.
Rich County, Utah is a place where your neighbors are also your friends. A community where traditions matter and every person is important. These community values translate into an excellent school system filled with caring individuals who are committed to each student and their success in the classroom, on the field, and in life. In partnership with the entire community, Rich School District empowers learners to attain excellence through citizenship, wellness, collaborative teamwork, and academic excellence.
Foot pain can make even the simplest things a struggle. Dr. Chad Brady is a foot and ankle surgeon who listens to your concerns, offering a variety of solutions to get you back on your feet and out of pain. Dr. Chad Brady can help you get back to the life you deserve. Don't let foot pain stop you from living your life. Schedule an appointment today. Dr. Chad Brady. UNT Medical Group. Call or schedule online at evanstonanytime.com.
Coach Cody Lundgren. Coach, long weekend, but a good one for you guys at the Bridger Valley tournament. Let's talk about that tournament and what you took away from it, what things stuck out to you as being positive, and things that you hope to take away from it.
It's good to get my girls out at tournaments where they don't see teams normally. Outside of region and stuff, they get to see different styles of play and some different athletes and be around some different refereeing and officiating also. I really like going out to the Bridger Valley tournament, and then Cameron's got one coming up, the Fossil Classic too. So I look forward to playing a bunch of Wyoming schools. What we took away from it, we played in some pretty fast-paced games. Our girls went 2-1 out there, and we dropped a close one to Mountain View. I thought our girls played very hard and very well over the weekend. We did pick up some things that we need to get better on, but overall is our team play and in the open court and the half court. I'm just pretty happy with where we're at right now and where we're going.
Yeah, let's talk about that Mountain View game. Coach, it is possible to have a loss, but have it be a win for you in the season. So explain how you do that with that Mountain View game, turn it into a win, even though on the scoreboard we weren't able to quite get it done.
They're a physical basketball team. They have a lot of size. And they're very, very fast and very, very skilled. So, our team did not get intimidated at all. They came out and they started the game very hot. We went on a very good run and just took what the defense gave us. And it doesn't matter what set we run. especially against that Mountain View team. The look that we're looking for originally is probably not going to be there. But the girls read what the defense was trying to do, and they were going underneath our screens. And they made a lot of nice shots, on the top of the screens. That worked out very well. And obviously, we didn't rebound very well against them, so we know we need to get better at that. But playing a very good team like that pulls out what we're kind of flying on. So we need to keep working on that. I was proud of the pressure that we handled and the ability to still score the basketball.
So let's segue into this week, Coach. You've got Cokeville at Cokeville, good team there. Your buddy Ben Barnes coaching that one, and then Grace the next day. We obviously got to see a little bit of Cokeville at that tournament, playing other teams, and then let's just talk about Cokeville and Grace, what you know about them, and how you're feeling going into this weekend.
I got to watch Cokeville quite a bit. Obviously, we play Cokeville every year. It's been a great game for us to have. It's a school that's very close to us, and it's a school that's a very good basketball team. And they've got some great athletes, fast, physical, skilled. They're very good ball handlers. They're tenacious in the full court on pressure. We're going to have to really be able to handle pressure. Going to have to play the tempo of basketball that we want to play and make sure that we are making Cokeville play our basketball too, not giving them transition all game long.
Well, Coach, we wish you good luck this week. Great job over the weekend, and it'll be a fun one against Cokeville down the road and Grace as well at home on Friday. So we'll see you there, and good luck.
Bear Lake Memorial Hospital provides safe, effective, high-quality health care. With many specialty services, Bear Lake Memorial serves patients from prenatal to geriatric. When you need imaging services, including mammogram, CT, and other specialized tests, the MRI suite accommodates patients of all sizes. The large windows provide natural light to help patients have an even better scanning experience. For a complete list of services offered, visit us online at blmhospital.com. Bear Lake Memorial Hospital, the most caring hospital on earth.
Welcome to the town of Randolph, located in northern Utah. The first group of settlers came from St. Charles, Idaho in March of 1870. We are a town of great extremes, from 90 degrees in the summer to minus 40 degrees in the winter, and we hold the record for the coldest temperature ever recorded in Utah at minus 50 degrees. Randolph is a small, friendly community that strives to preserve our rural heritage and small town feel. Enjoy the feeling each time you visit Randolph. Go Rebels!
Hazel Scott, freshman, guard.
My name is Cass Argyle. I'm a senior and I play shooting guard.
I'm Paige Smith. I'm a junior and I play guard.
Corey Stacy. I'm a freshman and I play shooting guard.
I'm Jalen Lutz. I'm a sophomore and I'm a shooting guard.
I'm Kira Jolly. I'm a senior and I'm a shooting guard.
I'm Molly Weston. I'm a sophomore and I'm a point guard.
I'm Ryan Smoot. I'm a freshman and I play post.
I'm Kara Hoffman. I'm a freshman and I play post.
I'm Lacey McKinnon. I'm a sophomore and I play post.
My name's Dottie Morris. I'm a sophomore and I play post.
My name is Brittany Hatch. I'm a senior and I play post.
I'm Lila Taylor. I'm a sophomore and I play post.
My name is Emery Thornock. I am a freshman and I am a guard.
My name is Ryan Latham. I am a sophomore and I play as a guard.
I'm Brooke Compton. I am a junior and I am a post.
I'm Braylon Pugmire. I'm a sophomore and I'm a post.
I am Tess Cornea. I'm a junior and I'm a base.
I am Ashlyn Stevens. I am a junior and I am a flyer.
Hi, I'm Quincy Call. I'm a freshman and I'm a base.
My name's Carly England. I'm a junior and I'm a flyer.
I'm Chaisley Levitt, back spot and sophomore.
Avery Weston, junior, side base.
Hi, I'm Bryn Christensen. I'm a sophomore and a back spot.
I'm Kelsey Heiner. I'm a sophomore and I'm a base.
I'm Irie Carlisle. I'm a freshman and I'm a base.
My name is Jordan Reese. I am a freshman and I am a base.
I'm Cassie Argyle. I'm a senior and I'm a base.
Hi everyone, my name is Camry Call. I'm a senior at Ridge High and I'm a back spot.
I'm Joss Ennis. I'm a senior and I'm a flyer.
Who's sending you the messages?
What's that?
Who's sending it? Colton is.
Now let's get you back connected.
Okay, Rob, I believe we are back on. Are you good?
I'm good.
Okay, sorry to all of our listeners for that sound. Luckily, you've still had a picture this entire time. We're going to update our score because we were not doing the scoreboard during that. It's actually 14-11 for the Panthers. And thank you for everyone updating that.
It's out again.
Is it?
Okay, apologies again. We are having some unforeseen issues, but I think we've got it figured out. So we'll get back into this as Barnes has it at the top of the key. She tries to get it inside to Thomas, now is broken up by Jolly, but rebounded by Dayton and put up, and that is off the mark as well. Weston able to get the ball up court to McKinnon, and that is a good transition play there. Get up to Lacey McKinnon and for the score. Dayton gets it on the wing again. She kicks it up top to Thomas at the buzzer. Excuse me, that was Bird at the buzzer, and that is no good. So that will bring our first quarter to a close. Luckily, you were able to see the whole thing. Audio was off for a lot of it, so we apologize for that. We're going to go to a quick break and make sure we're still good to go here. Score is 17-13 for the Lady Panthers. We'll be back after this.
When you're hungry for an amazing breakfast, just like Grandma used to make, visit our bakery on Main Street in Randolph. We hand make fresh pastries for you to enjoy. Supporting the Rich Rebels and thanking you for your business, visit our bakery today.
I can't hear anything.
Okay.
I can hear that. There we're good.
Okay, we are back in the start of the second quarter, and the Lady Rebels down 4 here at Cokeville. First of 2 games tonight. Boys will play after. Rob, we knew this one was going to be a tough one coming in, and that has been just that, as 2 very evenly matched teams so far tonight.
Yeah, and I think so far the Lady Rebels have done a good job. Some amazing passes down low at Bray Pugmire and Brindley Hatch that they've been able to finish.
Weston gets it up top to McKinnon. She dribbles into the key and kicks it out to a cutting Smith. Great play there as Paige makes a cut, gets a good pass from Lacey, as now the Rebels are down just 2, 17-15. Ball almost thrown away, but kept alive there by the Panthers by Bailey Bird. Rob, something we've not made note of so far. How many seniors does this Cokeville team have?
0.
0 seniors for Cokeville, as Weston able to steal the ball there, drives to the hole, kicks it back out to Paige, tries to get some touch on it. That was just short, but rebounded by Paige and given to McKinnon on the outside, who ties it up on the short jumper, 17-17. Now we've got a tied ball game. Bird has it up top. She's going to kick it over to Dayton. Dayton gets over to Brott, over to Dayton. Dayton is on the left wing. Left wing, she passes it to Grohl. Grohl over to Dayton. Dayton kicks it back over to the other Dayton. She makes a good drive there, but isn't able to finish. Kira Jolly on the defense and is able to get a rebound. She gets the Hatch up front in the key, and that's going to be blocked and rebounded by the Panthers, taken back up in transition. Grohl tries to drive all the way to the hoop. Great defense there by Weston, who blocks it, takes it in transition. She's going to get there just too hard off the mark. Paige Smith is there for the rebound and putback. Putback is no good, but she was fouled in the process, so she's going to go to the line shooting 2.
First free throws for the Lady Rebels, Bradley. That is a little bit of a surprise.
Yeah, first time going to the line for the Rebels, and Paige will be able to shoot 2 here. Her first is up and just short. So she'll have one more to go here as Barnes and Thomas both check in. Weston will come out as Pugmire checks back in. So for the Rebels, it is McKinnon, Hatch, Smith, Jolly, and Pugmire into the ball game. Second one up is up and good for Paige. And here come the Panthers going the other way. They waste no time getting it up the floor. Dayton has it up top on the right wing. She's trying to feed into the paint to Madeline Dayton. She kicks it over to Whitley Grohl, and Grohl is fouled on the ground, so Cokeville will keep possession, inbounding from the sideline here on the right side.
Give the foul to Paige. That's her first.
So Paige, just one foul. Weston is checking back in here. Dayton gets it up top, and they're going to call McKinnon with the foul, as I believe that's just her first as well.
That is her first, yes. Molly Weston back in for Paige Smith on a substitution for the Rebels.
18-17 in favor of the Rebels. Panthers get it in. That's past Maya Dayton up top. She gets it to Barnes at the top of the key. Barnes kicks it to Grohl. Grohl drives to her left to the baseline. She dribbles it back out, looking for Dayton in the post. She kicks it to up top to Barnes. Barnes to Dayton on the right wing. Back to Barnes at the top. Once again, Rob, not having a shot clock changes the game completely, as we've become accustomed to the shot clock. Wyoming does not have that, and so definitely a lot longer possessions here today, as Grohl has it on the left wing. They get it back to Barnes at the top of the key. Barnes dribbles in to her right, kicks it back to Dayton. Rachel Thomas has it at the top of the key. She passes it to Barnes. Barnes on the left wing. She gets it to Grohl. Grohl looking to the inside. She does have a good entry pass to Dayton. Dayton tries. Good rebound by Weston, and she's going across. Good cross-court pass, and that is not able to be finished by Hatch. Good look there by Weston. Rebels are getting some great looks here. Just need the finish at the basket. They feed it to Barnes inside. Barnes up and no good. Hatch, a great rebound. She gets it out in transition to Weston, who passes it up ahead to McKinnon. Back to Weston up top, who's going to set things up. She's got a screen set forward by Pugmire. She takes a step back for the three off the back of the iron. That is rebounded by Pugmire, and they're going to call a foul, as Barnes fought for it as well, but they're going to give the foul to Barnes, and I believe that'll be on the ground.
Whoa.
They're actually calling that a offensive foul, so they're going to give that to They've got Lacey's number on the scoreboard right now. Nope, they changed it. So that's going to be a foul on Bray Pugmire on the rebound.
Trying to figure out where that came from.
So Cokeville will get the ball. 4.5 minutes to go in the second quarter. Rebels up 1, 18-17. Dayton passes it over to Thomas. Thomas over to Barnes at the baseline. Barnes takes a dribble to her right. Back to Dayton up top. Ball stolen by Weston. She looks up. She's got Argyle right at the hoop, and she does finish. Good finish there by Cass. So Weston steals it. She's pressured up court, gets it up ahead to Argyle, who finishes. Dayton at the left wing, passes it to Maya Dayton at the top. Dayton's going to back it back out. She passes to Barnes, then to Dayton at the left wing. 3:51 to go here. Dayton, good drive there, but good defense by Hatch, but she goes down hard on her left shoulder. Hopefully she's okay there.
They're going to call that foul on Brindley. Going to send her to the line.
So they're going to give
Madeline Dayton 2 free throws. She was 3 for 3 the first time to the line, Bradley.
So Hatch, great effort there. She goes for the block, ends up on the ground, but they are going to call her, I believe, with the body.
Coach Lundgren's looking for an explanation on this one, and I don't blame him.
Yeah, so Dayton's going to go to the line. Like you say, Rob, I was on my way to jinx her, I guess, because she is a good foul shooter, but that first one's off the front of the rim. So the first is up and no good. Rebels keep the lead 20-17. Second foul shot is up and good. So the Rebels 20-18 with 3:45 to go here in the first half. Weston gets it to Smith on the wing. Smith dribbles to her right. Jolly up top at the top of the key. She passes to Weston on the right key. Weston takes a jab step, passes to Pugmire. Pugmire gets it to Jolly. There was no backside help. She gets it to her, and she is fouled as she receives that pass. They're going to call that on the ground.
Going to get the foul to Rachel Thomas, number 25, and that is her first, I do believe.
Second team foul for the Panthers. 3.5 minutes to go. 20-18 for the Rebels as Jolly inbounds. She's going to get it right up to the top of the key to Pugmire. That goes out of her hands. Pugmire trying to prevent a backcourt. Tosses it back into the hands of the Lady Panther as Dayton brings it up the court. Over to Madeline Dayton. She tries to get an entry pass to Barnes, and that is just knocked away. Weston brings it up. She kicks it over to Argyle at the left wing. Argyle tries to get it into Pugmire. That is batted away by Dayton and Barnes. So it'll go the other way as Maya Dayton crosses half court. Pressured by Argyle. She tries to get an entry pass to Bird, and that's going to be off the foot of the Lady Rebels. So Cokeville will keep possession.
And a substitution, Lacey McKinnon in for Cass Argyle. We're going to get a timeout from Cokeville, Bradley.
So Coach Barnes wants to take a timeout. We'll go to break as well. This is a T7 Propane production of Lady Rebel Basketball. Online at mylocalradio.com and listening in at 98.3 KDQ FM.
Welcome to the town of Randolph, located in northern Utah. The first group of settlers came from St. Charles, Idaho in March of 1870. We are a town of great extremes, from 90 degrees in the summer to minus 40 degrees in the winter, and we hold the record for the coldest temperature ever recorded in Utah at minus 50 degrees. Randolph is a small, friendly community that strives to preserve our rural heritage and small town feel. Enjoy the feeling each time you visit Randolph. Go Rebels.
We are back. Rob, let's take a second to go over, as we are just under 3 minutes to go in the first half. What are our stats looking like so far in this game?
Well, the Lady Rebels are only 1 of 6 from three-point land. Had some good looks, but they've definitely been pounding it inside the paint. And have had some good looks. There's been a few bunnies that they've missed, but shooting a good percentage from inside the arc. And Cokeville's relying on Madeline Dayton. She has been the offensive force for them so far.
And speaking of the devil, Madeline Dayton inbounding the ball. She gets it to Maya Dayton at the three. Maya's three attempt is up and no good. Good rebound there by McKinnon. She gets it out to Bray. Bray being pressured by Barnes, and Bray able to get it across the timeline. She then kicks it out to Paige at the right wing. Paige dribbles to her left, kicks it out to an open Jolly at the left wing, and they're going to call her for a travel on that pump fake. So the ball will go the other way now, back to the Panthers. 2:35 to go in the first half. Rebels 18, Rebels 20, Panthers 18. Dayton brings it across. She passes to Barnes, then to Thomas in the corner. Thomas looking for a cutter, nothing there. She passes it up to Grohl. Grohl over to Barnes. Barnes to Dayton in the right corner. Barnes then gets it to a cutting. That was Dayton to Barnes. Barnes with a good cut there to tie this one up at 20. Weston now gets it across. 2 minutes even to go. 20-20 in the first half. Good game here in Cokeville. Bray pump fakes and drives to the hoop. She goes all the way and is going to be fouled by Grohl. Will go to the line shooting 2. Oh, they're going to call that on the ground. Interesting. Okay, so Jolly is going to inbound for the Rebels. I've been told not to criticize the refs on air, so I'm not, Rob.
Okay. Good call, Bradley.
Jolly gets it inbounded to Pugmire. Pugmire to Smith up top, who kicks it to Jolly at the right wing. Her three is up and just off. Good effort to try to get that by McKinnon, but it is tipped over to Dayton, who gets it across the timeline. She kicks it to Grohl on the left wing. Grohl on the inside to Barnes. Barnes will kick it back out to Grohl, who has the three attempt, and that is good. Big three there for the Panthers by Whitley Grohl, daughter of Zane Grohl, for those interested, as that is certainly a familiar last name in Rich County. Jolly drives baseline, but then passes it into Bray. Bray is stopped, but gets to McKinnon at the three to tie it up, and that is off the back iron. Great effort by Paige for the rebound, and it almost goes in for the end one. So great job. That play was all but back to the Panthers, but Paige stays back rather than getting back on defense. Gets that offensive board. Now going to the line shooting 2.
That's her fourth offensive board, Bradley, and she's 1 for 2 from the free throw line as she goes back to shoot from the free throw line, and that foul is on Grohl, her second. Asking about some blood on her jersey.
So they're going to send Grohl off to get her jersey cleaned up. That's the worst as a player when it's not even your blood and you have to come out for it. So hopefully they can get her cleaned up quick as Dayton comes back into the ball game. Once again, Rob, impressive that no seniors on this team. And Grohl, who just went out, who just hit a three, she's a freshman. And so bright days coming for both of these teams. Something I talked about last week, Parker Stewart's junior high program, they won the conference championship last week. The 7th graders and the 8th graders were the runners-up, and that was the bigger division with Star Valley and Rock Springs and Green River. So both of these squads have good days still to come. So this will be a good matchup for many years, we hope. So both foul shots good for Paige. Rebels down 23-22 with a minute to go. Skip pass to Dayton. She has it on the left wing. She tries to drive. She has to kick it back out to Barnes. Barnes to Dayton. Dayton back to Barnes. She thinks about shooting a three. She's on the left wing. She gets it over to Dayton. Dayton looks to drive. She goes baseline and drives just a little too hard. Rob, she has such a strong drive. Luckily, that one was off just a little bit, and the Rebels get fouled on the defensive rebound. So team fouls are tied at 4. Rebels with the ball with 43 seconds to go in the first half.
Kira Jolly with a good position on that one, and she's going to go to the line, Bradley.
Oh, so that was the 5th foul. That was the 5th foul for Cokeville, so Rebels now in the bonus.
After no free throws in the first quarter, this is number 5 and 6 for the Rebels.
Jolly's first foul shot is up and good, tying this at 23. And there is 43 seconds to go here in the first half. Kira's second shot is up and off the mark. Barnes with the rebound. She gets it up to Dayton, who gets it across the timeline. Dayton dribbling to her right. I imagine the Panthers would like the last shot here before the end of the half. Dayton gets it up top to Thomas. Thomas to Barnes. Barnes drives to her left. She has a spin move and kicks it back up to Dayton up top for three, and that is off the mark. Pugmire with the rebound. She gets it across the timeline. Hands it to Weston. 8 seconds to go here. A screen for Molly. She kicks it to Jolly. She drives baseline, tries to stay on her feet, and goes down, and that is going to be it to end the half. We nearly got called for a foul there on the quarter court heave, but they're going to let that one go, and so it'll be tied at 23, Rob. Great game here for both sides. We're going to go to break. We're at halftime now. When we come back, it is time for our standout student. I was able to catch up with Paige Smith and Hudson Perry this week, so you'll get to hear from one of them, and we'll be back after this.
Established in 1984, T7 Propane provides you with quick and affordable service. Rely on T7 services to bring warmth and comfort to your home or business. T7 Propane delivers everywhere from the Fort Bridger area throughout Bear Lake Valley. Schedule your delivery today at T7propane.com. T7 Propane for all your propane needs.
Listening to the music that you love brings you joy. MyLocalRadio.com brings you that music. Whether you like listening to country's biggest stars, classic pop hits, classic rock, and rock hits, or country's young guns and legendary southern rock. MyLocalRadio.com puts your favorite music at your fingertips. Download the app to your mobile device or log onto the website to bring more joy into your life with your favorite music. MyLocalRadio.com.
It is now time for our standout student segment. I'm here with Paige Smith. Paige, how are things going so far in this early basketball season for you?
They're going pretty good. We have played some pretty good teams, like Mountain View. We had a pretty close game with them, and it was fun, but we lost by 6 or something.
Yeah, let's talk about that Mountain View game. That was a very talented team you guys played. Probably the best game you guys have played all year. That was a tough competition, but it was a very close one. How do you turn that game into a win? Obviously not on the scoreboard, but for the season. How do you make that a positive thing?
It was really good competition, so it was really good. We learned a lot of things from it. Playing against bigger girls, it was hard because we're so short. Not super short, but...
Yeah, it was a big team, for sure. I know exactly what you're saying. And
that was one way to learn from that.
So, Paige, I love watching you play because you're very aggressive. You're not afraid to go and get rebounds against bigger girls like that. Where do you get that drive from? Is it just your competitive nature? What makes it so that you're not afraid to go in and be aggressive in whatever sport you're doing?
I love having to work for something to go get it. My dad's always saying rebounding is mental, like boxing out is mental. So it's just like a mental thing for me that if I can go get the rebound, then that's good enough for me. And if we have the ball, like it's a better chance for us scoring. So I just love having the ball so that we can score because I love winning. So
yes,
just give me the ball.
Well, those are wise words from your dad and spot on. So, Paige, I got to ask, because you had a great volleyball season, able to be on the All-State team and going back for your senior year next year. What do you prefer between volleyball and basketball? You're very good at both and competitive in both. I'm curious to what you prefer out of the two.
I like playing both, and it's just whatever season I'm in, I'm going to go play hard and have my whole heart in it.
So you just love to compete. That's what it comes down to.
Yep.
Awesome. Well, Paige, we'll segue into school. How is school going? You're in your junior year. How has this year been so far?
Been pretty busy because I've been going to get my associates, so it's been more work than it has in the past, but it's going pretty good.
You've got 1 year left of high school. Do you know yet what your plans are when you graduate next year?
No, I don't.
Well, that's good. You've got plenty of time, and you want to cherish high school while it lasts. Paige, I always like to end these interviews giving you a chance to give a shout-out to a teacher that's been a positive influence for you the last few years at Rich.
My dad has just been super helpful with math, and he's always there and encouraging me and teaching me how to do math or how to be a better person or in sports even.
Yep, your dad's a great guy, and I had a feeling that's who you were going to choose, but I was going to let you do that. So, Paige, good luck this week. You've got a tough one at Cokeville and then home against Grace Friday, so it's going to be a fun week for you. Keep up the good work. You're very fun to watch, and appreciate you taking the time to talk to me today.
Great signage is an important component to any successful business. It lets your customers know they have arrived at your doors, and it's a constant advertisement of who you are. When you install LED signage, you're taking it one step further. The ability to create color messages that move is an attention grabber. Plus, you can change the message whenever you would like. Make your business stand out with an LED sign from Rocky Mountain Sign, providing service, installation, and maintenance on all signage. Rocky Mountain Sign, licensed in Wyoming and Utah. Call today for a quote, 307-789-5202.
When was the last time you got to stay at a hotel that had an indoor waterfall and a fish pond? Or a hotel with a swimming pool, a baby pool, and 5 hot tubs? At the Come On In Hotel and Suites in Casper, Wyoming, you'll get all of this, plus an amazing complimentary breakfast. You can even reserve a suite with a private jacuzzi for 2. The rates are so affordable that every time you're in Casper, you and the whole family can stay without breaking the bank. The best hotel in Casper is the Come On In and Suites. Make your reservations today and come on in.
Welcome back. We are here at Cokeville High School as the Lady Rebels find themselves tied at half with the Lady Panthers, 23-23. Rob, let's go over some highlights and stats from the first half. A very eventful. I mean, a lot of events. You couldn't hear us for the first half, the first quarter. Maybe that was the favorite part for many of you. But the game, hopefully it didn't take away from the game itself because it's been awesome.
Well, I won't guarantee the stats, Bradley, because when we're scrambling like that, a lot happens that we don't necessarily catch. But the Lady Rebels shoot 8 of 19 from inside the arc for 42%, 1 of 8 from 3 from Molly Weston being the only one to connect from distance. That's 33% from the floor, 4 of 6 from the free throw line. Cokeville 5 of 12 from inside the arc for 42%. They're 3 of 10 from three-point range. Overall 36%, 4 of 5 from the line. All those free throws taken from Madeline Dayton. And the Rebels have winning the boards 16-11, 5 offensive boards. 4 of those coming from Paige Smith and Bray Pugmire with 4 rebounds as well. For the Panthers, Addison Barn was 7. And on the scoreboard, Paige Smith leads the Rebels with 7. Bray Pugmire with 6. She got all those in the first quarter. Lacey McKinnon with 4. Molly with the three-pointer. Cass Argyle with 2. And Kira Jolly with 1. And we talked about balanced scoring, Bradley. That's good, in my opinion. For the Panthers, Madeline Dayton leads them with 10. Addison Barnes with 6. Maya Dayton with 2. And Whitley Grohl with 5. The other thing would stand out, Bradley, 7 turnovers from the Panthers, only 6 from the Rebels, but this is a fast-paced game, and it's hard to keep track of some of those.
Yeah, my takeaway, Rob, from both sides, as you said, not a ton of turnovers, a lot of missed shots, though. For the Rebels, it's been 2 feet away. For the Panthers, they've attempted a lot of three-pointers that have come off the mark, and so I would rather it be that we're missing those really short ones because those are going to start falling. Three-pointers, sometimes it's just not your night for those, so we just need to get those putbacks. We've had some great passes, great offensive rebounds, and not able to finish. And if I'm the Rebels, You look at Madeline Dayton is very aggressive, but a lot of times it just comes off hard. So we just need to be able to rebound. We can't let her get into swing of things. Obviously, she's their go-to player offensively, so you really have to contain her and not let any of the other Panthers go off as well. Obviously, a very talented team. Both teams very evenly matched. The matchups are really good on offense and defense, so it's going to be a fun second half. And we're just 45 seconds away, so we'll go to break. When we come back, start of the third quarter. You're listening in at 98.3 KDQ FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
Great signage is an important component to any successful business. It lets your customers know they have arrived at your doors, and it's a constant advertisement of who you are. When you install LED signage, you're taking it one step further. The ability to create color messages that move is an attention grabber. Plus, you can change a message whenever you would like. Make your business stand out with an LED sign from Rocky Mountain Sign, providing service, installation, and maintenance on all signage. Rocky Mountain Sign, licensed in Wyoming and Utah. Call today for a quote, 307-789-5202.
When was the last time you got to stay at a hotel that had an indoor waterfall and a fish pond? Or a hotel with a swimming pool, a baby pool, and 5 hot tubs? At the Come On In Hotel and Suites in Casper, Wyoming, you'll get all of this, plus an amazing complimentary breakfast. You can even reserve a suite with a private jacuzzi.
Okay, we are back. Start of the third quarter and it looks like Cokeville will have possession to start things as Dayton passes it off to Thomas, who passes it to Barnes at the top. Barnes is going to drive in all the way to the hole. She tries to get one up, and that is off the mark. And that's what I mean, Rob. They've got a very athletic team, but if you can just play some really hard defense, those shots have been coming off the mark. Just be ready to rebound. Smith tries for 3. That's off the back iron. Rebounded by Barnes and passed up to Dayton in transition. Dayton gets it over to Madeline Dayton at the left wing. Back to Barnes. She tries to handle that, and that is just off of her fingertips and out of bounds. So Rebels will take over on the sideline going the other way. So no score yet here in the second half. We are just underway here, tied at 23. Weston gets it across the timeline. She's going to go to her left. She's got a screen by Pugmire to her right, and then she gives it up to Pugmire, who passes it to the baseline to Hatch, who's going to take that shot. And that is just off the mark, almost rebounded by Smith. Dayton takes it up the floor, up to Thompson, the right wing. She tries to get it to Barnes at the block, but luckily Pugmire is there to knock that one out of bounds. So the Panthers will have the ball at the baseline. Madeline Dayton to pass it in. She gets it in to Maya Dayton. Back to Madeline Dayton. She tries for the 3. I believe that was tipped by Weston at the corner. And they're going to call... I don't know who this will be on.
I think they're going to give it to Brindley Hatch, but no.
So it is
they're giving it on Cokeville.
Yep, so that is going to be a foul on Bailey Bird, her first of the game. Just under 7 minutes to go in the third quarter. No score yet, 23-23, as the Rebels get the ball back, and Weston takes it across half court, kicks it over to Smith on the right wing. Smith gets a screen from Hatch, tries to get her on the roll. Madeline Dayton, a good heads-up play. She backs into Hatch and is able to steal that pass. Maya Dayton now passes it over to Madeline Dayton on the left wing. Momentarily open, but she's going to hold up and drive to the hoop. Tries to get it in to Bird, and Bird's going to get her second foul. Bang, bang, just like that in the second half, but only her second. But Coach Barnes is going to put Grohl back into sub for Bird, I'd imagine, for Bailey Bird.
Cass Argyle stepped right in front of that pass. It was a nice steal, and then got caught in the cookie jar.
Yep. Pugmire passes it into the backcourt to Weston. Weston being guarded by Thomas. She gets it across half court, now on the left wing. Being defended very closely by Thomas. She passes it to Smith on the wing. Thomas gets a good steal, but now there is a wrestling match for the ball, but they're going to call a foul on 25, I believe. That was on
Rachel Thomas, yep.
And that is her third, so that's a big foul. She's a great defender, so.
I'm not sure Coach Barnes
they
knows
just switched
that's her
that to her
third.
second.
Yeah. Oh,
yep.
Okay.
There we go. So second foul on Thomas. Weston picks up the ball, passes it to Smith on the right wing. Hatch sets the screen. Paige Smith dribbles off that screen, gets it to Pugmire at the top. Pugmire looking to drive in, kicks it to Weston. Weston thinks about three and drives off the pump fake and is fouled, and there is Thomas's third foul.
That is her third foul. And no movement from the bench.
Rob, Cokeville with 4 fouls already here in the third quarter. 5:50 to go in the third quarter. Weston with the inbound. She goes off of a screen by Pugmire. Looks to shoot. Passes it to Paige on the left wing, and that is good. Good three-point basket there by Smith. Rebels now up 26-23, 5:34 to go here. Argyle tries to jump that pass, but makes it so that it is caught out of bounds by Thomas. Good defense there by Cass to force that turnover. 5:31 as Weston gets the inbound pass. Coach Lundgren looking to set things up. Weston dribbles to her left. She gets it to the high post to Bryn. Bryn dribbles in. She's going to have to kick that out to Hatch, to the three-line Hatch. Over to Argyle. Good head fake. Oh, and good cut by Paige Smith. Good heads-up play by Cass on that. Cass did a head fake, shifted the defense, and that allowed for Paige to cut backdoor, and the ball was waiting for her. Good finish. Grohl skip passes it over to Dayton. Rebels with the biggest lead of the game, 28-23. Barnes passes it to Grohl. Grohl drives the baseline, and they're going to call Weston on the foul there from behind. 4:47 to go here in the third quarter.
I do believe that's Molly's first of the game and the first for the Rebels in this quarter. Sends Grohl to the line for 2.
Whitley Grohl's first foul shot is up and no good. She has one more to shoot. Grohl's second one is off the front of the iron, comes off hard, rebounded by Dayton, and she'll get it back on the right wing. She finds an open, great pass there. She finds Barnes on the opposite block. Barnes goes up for it, comes back down, is fouled on the putback. So Addie Barnes will go to the line, shooting 2.
Fouls on Bray Pugmire, and that's the scoreboard saying that's her third, Bradley.
So we'll see if Coach Lundgren wants to. I'm wondering if the score clock is matching up with the books, because Coach Lundgren is not subbing here. Both foul shots are off. Bray gets the rebound this time and kicks it over to Weston. Weston gets it across half court. She goes to her left, gets it to Bray at the high post. Bray back to Weston. Weston for 3. That is up and off the back iron. Rebounded by Barnes. She quickly gets it across, but loses it temporarily. Able to regain it. Over to Dayton in the corner for 3. That is off the back iron as well. And they're going to call that off of Cokeville, off the hands of Cokeville underneath. And Bird checks back in for Thomas here. 4:14 to go in the third quarter. Rebels up 28-23. Weston brings the ball up. Dribbles to her left, gets it to Smith at the wing. Smith being defended by Grohl. She passes it back to Weston on the right wing. Weston's going to drive all the way to the basket. She's got room, and that is good. 30-23 for the Rebels now. Cass Argyle almost gets the pass intercepted. It does get back into the hands of Grohl, and then she is fouled as she's double-teamed on that right wing. Did they call that on Cass?
They called that on Cass, and that is her second foul. And we are corrected. That is Bray's third of the ball game.
So Bray Pugmire playing with 3 fouls right now.
Well, they subbed Lacey McKinnon for...
Oh, that's right. So 3:45 to go. Rebels up 7. Panthers get it underneath, and they're going to call a foul on Hatch. And so I believe that'll be Bird going to the line, shooting 2 here after that shot attempt.
And I believe that is Brinley's second foul. Panthers 0 for 6 so far from the free throw line in the third quarter.
So Bird's first foul shot is up, and that is off as well.
Or maybe I already put the 2 circles in there, Bradley, so that's...
Yeah, there you go.
There you go. So those 0 for 5 so far. But maybe I jinxed the 6th one. Who knows?
We'll see right here. Birds' foul shot is up and good.
Of course not.
So they are back on the foul shooting. And in the meantime, Jolly has subbed back in for Argyle. Weston gets it to the high post to Hatch. Hatch faces the basket, gets it back out to Weston, who's going to shoot the 3, and that is good. Big 3 as that puts the Rebels up 9. They quickly get it back down the floor to Barnes. Rebels not able to get back on defense as Barnes gets the transition layup. 3:14 to go in the third quarter. Weston drives to the basket, and they're going to call Dayton for the foul. That was about as close as you can get between a foul and a jump ball, and they're going to call the foul here on Dayton, I believe. And that should put Weston to the line shooting 2 for the bonus, as that is the 5th team foul for Cokeville.
So that's Maya Dayton's first foul of the ball game.
Weston's first foul shot is up and good.
Molly coming alive in the third quarter. That's her 6th point.
Molly's second foul shot is up and rattles around and good. Rebels up 35-26, 3:09 left in the third quarter. Dayton drives and kicks it out to Grohl in the left wing. Grohl, good entry pass to Barnes, and that is good. That's what you got to be afraid of if you're the Rebels. Barnes going off on that post. If I'm Coach Barnes, I'd keep getting it to his daughter there at the post. Weston drives and kicks out to Smith. Smith gets it to Hatch at the wing. She's going to drive all the way, and they're going to say that was tipped off of the hands of Dayton on that drive. So Rebels will keep possession, and Jolly will be the inbounder here.
Paige doesn't have enough on her wrist, I think. Oh, nice pass.
Great inbounds play drawn up by Coach Lungen there, as there's a wide open Paige Smith on the inbound. Rebels up 37-28, 2:35 to go in the third quarter. Dayton passes it to Barnes, then to Grohl. Grohl looking to drive inside. She does, but kicks it back out to Thomas. Thomas to Barnes at the top. Barnes drives and spins. Great defense by McKinnon. Out to Dayton. Over to Barnes at the high post, and that is off and into the hands of Paige Smith. Smith passes ahead to Jolly at the wing. Jolly pump fakes, and then entry pass to McKinnon. McKinnon is up and good. Great finish there for McKinnon. Rebels up 39-28. Dayton looking to drive. She dishes to Barnes, and that is a battle between Barnes and Weston.
Should be a jump ball, but they're going to call Molly Weston for the foul. That's going to be her third, Bradley. Maybe second. I'll double check that.
So 1:51 to go here, and that'll send Barnes to the line as they are now in the bonus. Looks like that's Molly's second. Is that what you got, Rob?
Yeah.
So Barnes' first is up and off the front iron. I'm good friends with Coach Barnes, and he's a competitor, and I know he is not going to be happy with this foul shooting statistic for this game for his Panthers so far. Barnes' second is up, and this time good.
Makes him 2 of 8 in the quarter.
Rebels up 10, minute 49 to go. Weston crosses the timeline, goes to her left, hands it to Jolly. Jolly gets a screen from Hatch, and they're going to call a moving screen. Anytime the defender hits the floor off a screen, that's going to get called, I'd say. So they're going to call Hatch. That's her third. Minute 42 to go here.
Got a little foul trouble going on here, Bradley.
Yep, right at the end of the third quarter. Grohl with the ball. She crosses half court. Passes it off to Dayton, who gets it into Bird, but that is stolen by Smith. Great defense there. She holds up right past half court. She's being defended heavily by Dayton, and Coach Lungen's going to take a timeout. Minute 28 to go in the third quarter. Rebels up 10, 39-29. We'll be back after this. Thanks for listening in at 98.3 KDQ-FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
And now a message from the experts at Bear Lake Realty.
Welcome to Water's Edge, right downtown Garden City. Beachfront condos, close to the beach, close to downtown for your renters and the owners.
We're back. I'd like to thank Bear Lake Realty and Gary McKee for the Bear Lake Realty fan cam.
Well, unfortunately, Bradley, all the Rebel fans are down to our side, and I cannot catch them. Scott Ferguson was right across dead center, and I thought, well, I can at least zoom in on him, but he moved. We do have some nice grolls.
Yep, there's some grolls over there.
But I'm not sure which way they're cheering, Bradley.
That's true. They have a cousin that has done well tonight, just a freshman from Cokeville. So we want to thank Gary McKee. If you're looking for a place in Bear Lake, make sure and reach out to him. Knows the area well.
Here with Les Schwab. Just want to let you know we have America's Best Tire warranty.
So we are back. Start of the fourth quarter here in Cokeville. Rebels, huge third quarter for them, going up 10 as it was tied at half. So Rebels now have the ball. Weston gets it to Jolly. Jolly drives to the baseline, kicks it over to the opposite corner to Smith. Smith, a great drive and finish right off the backboard there. Rebels up 41-29. Excuse me, I thought we, for some reason in my mind, it was the end of the third, but that was just a timeout by Coach Lundgren. So still third quarter, minute 7 to go. As we're looking to wrap up this quarter, Rebels now at 41-29 with a minute 7 to go here.
Going to send Addison Barn to the free throw line. Foul's called on Lacey McKinnon, and that's her second. And the woes from the free throw line for the Panthers will continue.
So the first foul shot up and no good for Addie Barnes. She will attempt her second here. So Rob, if you're the Rebels, you don't want to continue to get in foul trouble to end the quarter. No more of those 3s and 4s. So the second was good by Addie Barnes. Weston gets it across. She hands it to McKinnon. McKinnon drives with her left, and she's going to be fouled there by Barnes. 56 seconds to go, and McKinnon going to the line shooting 2.
See if you can figure out this percentage for me, Bradley. The Panthers are 7 of 10 from the free throw line in the third quarter.
They're 7 of 10.
Yep. Would you say that's about 70%?
Yeah.
Okay.
But you're meaning the Rebels.
No, the Panthers.
The Panthers were. Okay.
Yeah, this is only the third attempt from the free throw line for the Rebels.
McKinnon's next one is up, and that is off the front iron. 41-30 with 53 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Dayton tries to get across. She loses it for a minute. Weston is there to get it. Now there's a fight for the ball, and they're going to call a jump. Possession to the Rebels. Good hustle there by Weston to break things up. Number 10, Layla Brott, will sub in for Addie Barnes for Cokeville. McKinnon looking to inbound here. She does get it to Weston in the backcourt. 45 seconds to go in the third.
Without a shot clock, Bradley, I don't know if you need to be in any hurry.
Yep, and it's kind of by nature, though, that they go quick. Smith has it on the right wing. She dribbles to her left, and that is going to be stolen by Dayton. Smith tries to keep a hold of it and is thrown to the floor. She is not letting go of the ball. So the possession will go back to the Panthers. Argyle checks in, and she's going to be in for Paige Smith after that hit. Paige is one of the toughest girls in the school. I'm sure we'll see her back. 26 seconds to go. Rebels up 11 in the third. Ball is inbounded to Dayton. She gets it across the timeline. Passes it to Brott. Brott finds a wide open Dayton underneath, but good defense by Jolly and McKinnon. 2 shots blocked. This time, Thomas goes hard to the rim and is fouled at the foul line. Or she'll be at the foul line, fouled on the layup. So she'll go to the line shooting 2.
And looks like that is only the first foul on Kira.
Thomas's first shot is up and no good. 12 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Rebels still up 41-30. Thomas's foul shot, no good, off the back iron. Weston with the rebound. Rebels obviously going for the last shot here. 8 seconds to go. McKinnon has the ball. She passes it to Argyle. Argyle drives to the hoop, gets to McKinnon at the buzzer. No good. Great look there. It's about as good as you can get. Rebels, very strong third quarter as they will close things out. 41-30. We'll be back after this. You're listening online at 98.3 KDQ FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
Here with it's Hunter here with Les Schwab. Just want to let you know we have America's Best Tire Warranty. It's now available at all Les Schwab Tire Centers. It includes our no-hassle road hazard protection, free tire maintenance, and a 60-day ride satisfaction guarantee included for free. Come visit us at Les Schwab Tire Centers today at 157 Bear River Drive in Ennis.
Welcome back to our listeners. Rebels, maybe the best quarter they've had all season so far, Rob, as we were locked in at 23 at halftime. Now the Rebels find themselves up 11 to start this fourth quarter. Rob, anything that stood out to you there in that quarter?
Well, we got to correct my error from before, Bradley, because the Panthers, 3 of 12 from the free throw line in that quarter. So 25%, and I think Coach Barnes will be harping on that because you just left quite a few points on the board right there.
And that's the name of the game, Rob. We've been on the other end of that absolutely with the foul shot bug, and we'll see what Cokeville does to adjust here as the Rebels looking to keep things rolling as Pugmire gets it in to Weston. Weston dribbles to her right. Looks to hand it to Argyle. She's defended closely, so she passes off to Smith at the left wing. Smith going off a screen by Pugmire. She gets it back to Pugmire. Pugmire hits Weston on the wing. Weston takes a dribble in to Pugmire. Pugmire takes one dribble into the basket. That is no good. Rebounded by Hatch. She is pressured right at the baseline. It sounds like she stepped out of bounds.
I think she dribbled it on the baseline, Bradley.
So the Panthers will take over. Dayton crosses half court, guarded by Smith. She passes it to Grohl on the right wing. Grohl passes it to Bird up top to Barnes. Barnes to Dayton. Dayton's going to try for three, and that is off the mark. And Bryn with the rebound. Bray, excuse me. So Bray's going to be fouled on the rebound. So the fouls will be reset. So the Rebels, that is just on the ground. The Rebels will take over. Going the other way, great rebound there by Bray, and she will enter it into Weston. Weston dribbles to her right. She is going to pick it up and give it to Pugmire at the high post. Pugmire heads it back to Weston. Weston drives, looks to shoot, and gets a great pass to Pugmire, but that's just off the mark. Almost a great finish there. Dayton now passes it up to Barnes. Weston is there. She defends Barnes at the post. Off. That shot is off. Rebounded by Pugmire and up to Weston, who passes it up to Smith for three. Good. Big shot there by Page. Again, Cass gets another interception on that left wing. She is our defensive back of the game. That is her third breakup right in that spot. She will now get it to Weston up top. Rebels are in complete control, up 14 with 6:24 to go in the fourth quarter. Weston comes off a screen for three. Good.
Without the shot clock, Bradley, there's no rush, and Barnes is going to take a timeout for the Panthers.
Coach Barnes take a timeout. Big couple threes there to start this quarter, Rob. 47-30 for the Rebels. 6:11 to go here in the fourth quarter. We'll be back after this.
If you've never heard a mechanic say they truly care, then you've been at the wrong place. Stacy's Repair in Woodruff is a family-owned and operated business open since 1992. Offering all types of maintenance and repair services, you can be sure your vehicle is operating at its best. Whether your vehicle is older or the newest model, gas or diesel, we fix and maintain them all. Also offering chip repair, windshield replacement, and tires. When your vehicle needs a mechanic, bring it to the ones who truly care. Stacy's Repair in Woodruff.
Rob, we'll see what else happens here, but instead of a play of the game, we might have to have a sequence of the game, as those back-to-back threes were huge as Cokeville was looking to get back in this thing, but the Rebels able to go up. And I need to adjust our score here. Rebels are actually up 47-30, so up 17 with 6:08 left in the game. Dayton passes it over to Barnes. to Grohl in the corner, and that is off and in, back into the hands of Weston. Weston takes it up court. She dribbles to her left. Back to her right. She passes it to Cass on the corner. Cass takes a dribble inside to the baseline. Great move there. Not able to finish, but good rebound by Pugmire. Rebound and put back. Give the Rebels a 19-point lead. Unbelievable second half for the Rebels, Rob.
Great adjustments made at halftime. I'm going to credit the coaches on that one.
Absolutely. Grohl skips it to Dayton. She gets to my Dayton, and the scoring drought is over for Cokeville. 49-33, 5:20 to go in the fourth quarter. Paige Smith gets it across the timeline. She's got 19 tonight. She dribbles to her left, then to her right. She finds a wide open Gray Pugmire. These Rebels are clicking. Great chemistry going on here. It's fun to watch. Dayton, who just had a three, skips it over to Grohl, who enters it into Barnes. Just too much on that one as Weston gets the rebound. Weston, for being a point guard, she's had a lot of rebounds tonight. She gets it up to Smith. Smith on the left-hand side. She dribbles to her left off a screen. She kicks it over to Argyle, who shoots for three. And that is just off and out of bounds. So Cokeville will take back over 51-33, 4:35 to go in the game.
A little wide left.
Dayton takes it across the timeline. She dribbles into the key, kicks it back out to Barnes for three, off the front of the rim, and that's going to go out of bounds, giving the ball back to the Rebels.
With only 4 minutes left the ball game, Bradley, I would love to see the Rebels not be in a big hurry on offense.
No need.
Without the shot clock. Run some clock. Now, I don't know if that teaches them some bad habits for when you get back to the shot clock version of the season.
We talked about that at the Fort Bridger Invitational. If you keep things going your way, and we decided, Colin and I talked about winning Rome. You just do what's happening here to your advantage. Weston gets the drive. Good pass there by Jolly to find her cutting to the basket. Weston was fouled on the layup attempt, so she will go to the line shooting two.
Rachel Thomas from the Panthers on the foul, and that is her fourth.
So looks like Bailey Bird's probably going to come in for her. Weston's first foul shot is up and good. How have the Rebels done from the foul line? I feel like it's been a successful night, or
they're above 50%.
Gotcha. Here's the jinx right here. Weston's shot is up, and it is good. She never listens to me anyway, so she didn't there either. Dayton gets it across the timeline. She drives in, kicks it to Grohl on the left wing. Grohl skips it to Bird. Good entry pass then to Barnes, who gets it up and good. 53-35 for the Rebels, 3:52 to go in the game. Weston picks it up and passes it over to Argyle. Argyle looking to make something happen. She gets a screen by Pugmire, pass it off to Jolly, and Jolly gets in on the three party, gets one of her own, 56-35 after that made three. And Dayton passes it up to Thomas on the wing. That is tipped by Jolly. She tries to keep it alive, and that's going to go off by Cokeville, giving the Rebels the ball on the sideline. Good effort there by Kira, and good defense. So we have some subs here.
That'll match the Panthers' 7 turnovers in the first half, 7 turnovers in the second half.
So Smith and Pugmire come out, and it looks like McKinnon and so Argyle drove to the hole, and that was stolen from her.
Brooke Crompton, sorry.
So
number
Brooke
24.
Crompton and Lacey McKinnon into the game. Weston also comes out.
And Dottie Morse.
Dottie Morse is in. So it's Crompton, Jolly, Argyle, Morse, and McKinnon in. That is to Crompton, and that is off the front iron. Another pass broken up by Argyle there. Cokeville able to keep possession. Dayton gets it to Dayton. Back to Maya Dayton. She looks to drive. She kicks it to Barnes on the shoulder. Dayton in the corner. She skip passes it over to a wide open Maya Dayton, and that is no good on the three attempt. Dottie Morse, good box out, and they're going to call over the back on Cokeville. So 2:52 to go, 56-35 in favor of the Rebels.
Fourth team foul on the Panthers, so the Rebels go to the line. The Rebels, no fouls in the quarter, Bradley.
Yep, 4-0 in favor of the Rebels. McKinnon crosses half court. She's being guarded by Grohl. She gets an entry pass to the high post to Crompton. Crompton back to McKinnon. McKinnon drives. She's stopped at the high post. They're going to call her for a travel on that, so she picked up her pivot foot. So Cokeville will take over. 2:36 to go here. Rebels up 21.
I love the math, Bradley. You're doing well.
Duh.
And your shoes are still on.
That's right. I can only do math in sports, and that's sometimes. Dayton passes it to Barnes, who gets it to Madeline Dayton. Madeline tries to get it underneath. That is off the rim, but into the hands of Barnes, and that touched every part of the rim and came out on that attempt. But Dayton is able to get a rebound and put back. It looks like Coach Barnes is going to put in the JV, and I imagine Lundgren will do the same. He gets it to Argyle underneath, who drives and then has a beautiful dish to Kira, who gets it in 58-37. And Coach Barnes is going to take a timeout. We'll go to break as well as the Rebels up 58-37 with 1:56 to go in the game. This is a T7 Propane production of Lady Rebel Basketball, online at mylocalradio.com and listening in at 98.3 KDQ FM.
Reach a dedicated hometown, regional, and worldwide audience. Dive into the action with My Local Rodeo. Our high school rodeo broadcasts are the heart of the community, drawing families and fans who love to support local businesses. From prime advertising spots to exclusive sponsorships, your businesses can shine in the spotlight. Don't miss out. Contact us today and saddle up for an unbeatable advertising opportunity. My Local Rodeo, where your business becomes part of the excitement.
We are back. Rebels up 58-37. 1:56 to go in the game here. A new crew of Panthers in, and that inbound pass is stolen by Dottie Morse, but Grohl able to get in the way there. It goes off of her foot. Oh, it's going off the foot of Morse, so Jalen Lutz will sub in for the Rebels as well.
Cass Argyle's night is over. She ends up with 2 points, but probably about 7 steals, Bradley.
Yeah,
at least 3 breakups.
She
along
played
with
great
that
defensively today. McKinnon guarding Grohl up top. 1:42 to go. Grohl tries to get an inbound pass underneath, but that is stolen by Jolly, who hands it off to McKinnon. She crosses half court, passes it over to Jolly. And these JV players from both sides are hungry, Rob. There was only a half plate of JV girls today, so I'm sure all sides are glad that they're back in. Grohl gets it across the timeline. She passes it to Hemrick. Hemrick drives, and she is fouled on the drive.
First foul for the Rebels in the quarter, and that's because you can only play so many quarters on a day in Wyoming, Bradley.
Oh, that's true. Yep.
At the 6-quarter limit.
So into inbound is Dietz. Dietz looks, she gets it into Grohl at the wing. Inbound pass, or the entry pass is broken up by the Rebels, and there's going to be a jump ball as the ball is on the ground and fought for. I believe possession will stay with the Panthers. Dietz back to inbound. Trying to get it into Grohl. She does get it, and an and one. Good effort there by Whitley Grohl to get the and one. Bring the score 58-39. 1:04 to go in the game.
Got Lyda Taylor, Brooke Crompton, Dottie Morse, Lacey McKinnon, Jalen Lutz, and who's our 5th?
Shot is up and no good. Rebounded by Morse. Gets it to Taylor. Passes it to Lacey McKinnon. McKinnon dribbles to her left, picks it up. They're going to call her for a travel there on the entry pass. Ball is back inbounded. Grohl brings it across, passes it over to Brought. Brought passes it in entryway, and that is stolen. Brought back across the timeline. 37 seconds to go. McKinnon being pressured by Grohl. She passes it to Crompton. Crompton, Coach Lung just wants to dribble things out. Crompton passes it to Lutz, who's being defended by Dietz. Lutz gets it up to Morse. Morse looking to Crompton. That is knocked away by Dietz. Crompton has the top. That is tipped by Grohl. Back into the hands of the Rebels. McKinnon now has it, and she's going to be fouled by Grohl and I believe go to the line. 8 seconds to go here. Rebels now in the bonus. So McKinnon will finish things off here with 2 shots at the line.
Rebels are 8 of 12 from the free throw line, Bradley.
And that one is up and just off the mark. And once again, right after this, the boys will be taking on the boys from Cokeville. So stay tuned for our pregame show. We will also have a postgame show and then into our pregame show coming up here. The ball is thrown up in transition to McKinnon. McKinnon trying to keep things alive to Morse, and that will be it. As the Rebels have a great outing today, especially with it being tied at halftime. Rebels finish things off 58-39. And we'll be back after this for a quick post-game show, and then we'll move on to our pregame show for the boys game. Thanks for tuning in.
Fast, fresh, delicious. 3 words that describe your experience every time you enjoy a delicious meal with Jimmy John's. Utilizing the freshest ingredients, home-baked bread, and professional sandwich building skills, the team at Jimmy John's always delivers a mouth-watering sandwich to satisfy any hunger. Jimmy John's. Freaky fast, freaky fresh. Visit any of our locations today in Evanston, Rock Springs, Sheridan, and Gillette.
And healthy teeth and gums affect your overall health, including the mental image you have of yourself. That's just one reason that good dental care and hygiene habits should begin at a young age. Healthy teeth mean fewer sick days from school and higher self-esteem. We all want our children to be successful. Teaching them healthy dental habits at a young age with regular cleanings and dental checks is part of the answer. Dr. McKay Frankum serves patients of all ages. Call today and schedule dental appointments for your family. Dr. McKay Frankum, providing precision family dentistry at affordable prices.
Make your day even better by indulging in delectable, freshly prepared classics at the Crawford Trough. Come enjoy succulent cheeseburgers, rich raspberry shakes, crispy onion rings, or golden fries, and pair it all with our exclusive River Bridge soda. For another favorite, try a grilled chicken wrap or a yummy twisted ice cream cone. Make the perfect dining experience with our delightful Crawford Trough staff. Treat yourself to something delicious from the Crawford Trough in Randolph.
Established in 1872, Woodruff, Utah has a long history of good neighbors helping each other succeed. Woodruff was built with hard work, integrity, and a sense of community that can be felt every time you visit. We have always celebrated all students in academics and extracurricular activities, and we cheer on our rich rebels. Woodruff, Utah, a great place to live.
Dealing with computer problems can be frustrating and make you wish for your own personal IT guy. Now, everyone can afford an IT guy. Independent Software Solutions has served customers in Wyoming and Utah for over 20 years. We develop software, handle system and network administration, repair personal and business computers, and sell accessories. Independent Software Solutions is your one-stop computer business solution. Call today, 307-789-1978. Let Independent Software Solutions be your IT guy.
Welcome back. This is our Independent Software Solutions post-game show. And Rob, you and I talked about it. great game for the Lady Rebels, especially that third quarter really broke things open, and that's when our precision play of the game, brought to you by D. McKay Frankum, came, and that was the back-to-back threes by both Paige Smith and Molly Weston, and they both had great games, and that will be leading us to the Crawford Trough player of the game. Rob, give us that stat line for Paige Smith tonight.
Well, 19 points, and I've got it with 4 offensive boards and 1 defensive board, so 19 points, 5 boards. She just seemed to always be in the right place at the right time, and she had a hot hand tonight, and the Rebels used her in that second half to run away with it.
Yeah, give us that final stat line, Rob. You good?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay, so we will we'll transition to our pregame show for the boys' game, as the boys will look to do just what the girls just did, as they will play a very talented Cokeville team here coming up. This has been your Independent Software Solutions post-game show. We'll be back after this pregame show for the boys.
Reach a dedicated hometown, regional, and worldwide audience. Dive into the action with My Local Rodeo. Our high school rodeo broadcasts are the heart of the community, drawing families and fans who love to support local businesses. From prime advertising spots to exclusive sponsorships, your businesses can shine in the spotlight. Don't miss out. Contact us today and saddle up for an unbeatable advertising opportunity. My Local Rodeo, where your business becomes part of the excitement.
We're back. This is the Ellingford Brothers pregame show, as we just saw a Rebel victory, and we'll look to see if the boys can do the same. Rob, as I was telling you, the Cokeville team had a great showing last weekend at the Bridger Valley Invitational. They beat Mountain View and Lyman, who have good teams this year, and then beat Wind River as well. And so this should be a good one, and we're excited for this pregame show. I was able to catch up with both Coach Cornea and Coach Hatch. I should have just done the Where Are They Now with Coach Hatch.
Could have done it.
County alumni, so I was able to catch up with him. He's a great guy. So we'll go to those interviews and be back after this.
Time for a coach's show. Excited to be here with Coach Cornea to get a recap. Boys with 3-0, the marquee matchup against a very talented Mountain View team, who I'm sure will do good things this year. What's your takeaway, Coach, from the weekend?
I think it was exactly what we needed. 3 teams, the exception maybe Wind River, that's a little bit down. I think Little Snake and Mountain View are going to go on to win a lot of games. Little Snake was a little bit hurt. They had 2 kids out. That'll make a big difference for them. But really, we just needed some games to get on the same page, to connect, and we were able to do that. I love that we played Mountain View at 7 o'clock in their gym. It was loud. It felt like a conference-style game, just as far as volume went. And I thought our kids held up to that really well and kind of fed off the energy, and that's exactly what we need, because we are going to Manila for a region game in a week and a half. It was a good experience, but I think we also showed places that we need to improve. That's what you want right now, is specific things to say, hey, we need to do this better. Only positives come from the weekend for sure.
So one matchup that I've heard multiple people bring up to me since the game was Drake and Dash Madsen.
Mm-hmm.
So Dash had a great game. What do you say to Drake or other kids in similar situations when they gave it their all, but they were still lined up against a very talented individual who had maybe their best game of the year?
One score that matters as far as defense is concerned, and that's the team score. Dash had 25, but we really limited other players. And, in a 32-minute game, we are not in the NBA. It takes 5 to win. And so, I thought Drake did a good job of bottling up Madsen, but really, and it wasn't necessarily a game plan, but by making him dominate the basketball, it kept other players from Mountain View getting involved. I have no problem with the kid getting 25 if everybody else is getting 2 or 3 or 4. You hold a team 50 points. So, I thought that was only positives. The most dangerous teams are really, in my opinion, kind of teams like us. Wendover, we had 4 guys in double figures. That's a team that really presents a problem. And, I thought offensively for us, very similar. We had a different leading scorer in every game of the weekend. In fact, I think we've had a different leading scorer every game of the season. As an opposing coach, you go, man, what do we do? If we shut one kid down, there are others that can step up. So Drake's defensive effort, I thought, was spot on. It took Mountain View out of what they wanted to do and kept them at 51 points. We'll do that formula all season long.
I hate to bring up individual players, and I won't do it every week, but I do want to bring up Carter Scott and his role that he played coming off the bench in that Mountain View game, and bang, 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 he made himself known. What do you have to say about Carter Scott's performance?
You know, that game was phenomenal. He's capable of doing that on any given night. And what's more impressive about that game is he also had, I believe, 4 steals, like 3 deflections. So it wasn't just one side of the court. He is evolving into a very complete player. He's capable of doing that at any time. Even him, just kind of in his normal state, he's over a 30% shooter, which in high school basketball is, if you're making 1 out of 3, you're effective. I mean, it was a coming out party for him, but I don't think anyone was surprised who knows Carter Scott and the way he can shoot the ball.
Fun for him and fun for that team. I could talk about every kid on your team, and we could spend an hour doing. I mean, Carter Hoffman, I just loved watching him battle all night long. He was the unsung hero in that Mountain View game as well. He was just battling with those athletic kids. And let's talk about this weekend. Probably the toughest slate of the season, maybe rivaled by the final week of the regular season, which will be at Big Piney at home versus Manila and Tabby. But this week, at a very good Cokeville team, Grace at home, North Summit at home. What are you doing to prepare for that, and how are you feeling?
Well, I mean, we just got done playing a 3-game weekend and 2 in one day, so you have to let bodies recover. This is much more of a cerebral kind of timing and spacing and connection week without a ton of, hard, let's go do 30 minutes of rebounding. But, that's kind of a tougher task to do that. We're calling it tournament week because in my opinion, a quarterfinal game is usually against a team similar to Cokeville. Semifinal against a team like Grace, who we watched them on film a little bit. They're very similar to Cokeville, just maybe a little bit bigger. That's what a semifinal game is like in a 1A tournament. And then, your state title game should be against a team similar to North Summit that is very, very good, that you have to execute almost with perfection against to have a chance to beat. So we're using it as kind of a microcosm of what we'll see in March. I do believe North Summit is the best team we will see this season. I've watched a lot of Panguitch and I've watched North Summit. I mean, that game would be close, but I think North Summit would edge Panguitch. The task is tall. I know they've got a chip on their shoulder from last year where we kind of snuck a win against a North Summit team on the road. That I don't know if we could have done that if we played them 4 or 5 more times. I think they would have. That was our win. So I know they're going to be gunning for us. But that's what makes it fun, man. Saturday night before Christmas break, and you got North Summit coming into town. That's what you look back and remember on seasons like this.
It's going to be a fun weekend, Coach, and we wish you the best of luck. We'll be there bringing the game to a lot of listeners, and we'll see you there.
I'm here with Harold Hatch, head coach of the Cokeville boys basketball team, and Rich High School alumni. So, Coach, we do a segment called Where Are They Now, where I talk to alumni before the game. So we're kind of killing 2 birds with 1 stone here.
Yeah, you bet.
So, and I'm going to open things up with a story I got to confirm about you. I'm good friends with Jared Argyle. He claims that there were occasions where he would get fouled and he knew that he wasn't making the foul shots. He would say, go ahead and make them, Harold, and then you would go to the foul line for him. Is this true? Is this a true story?
I do have a few memories of that happening, yes. Yes. Yeah, he tried to do that quite often. Yes, he did. Even though he's knocking himself a little short, he was a very good foul shooter, but I was happy to take him for him, so.
That's awesome. I love that story when he told me that. So Coach, how are things going? I know it's a very, very young season so far, as you had your first games last week at the Fort Bridger Invitational, but give us a little bit of how you're feeling after the weekend, how your boys did, and what the outlook's looking like for the season.
Yeah, absolutely. We really try and have a tough, I call it the preseason, but December preseason, and just schedule some hard games. I was glad at how we got lined up over at Bridger Valley. We're able to play 2A school, a couple 3A schools, 2 of them on their home court. So those are things we like to do and just kind of see where we're at, what we got to work on, what we got to improve on, what we're doing well. Yeah, we had a good week. Kids were competitive and played hard and played well together. And yeah, it was a good week. I love to be in those environments and tell you a lot about your team early on, and you can fine tune some stuff for conference. But yeah, they played well and it was good.
So you guys played Mountain View, Lyman, and then was it Wind River? Was that your third game?
Yes. Yeah, okay. It was Wind River.
And I believe you guys went 3-0, correct?
Yeah. Yep.
Awesome.
3-0.
So that is a great way to start. And I've already talked to Coach Barnes today, and he said that Rich is the first of 4 games this week for them. Are you the same schedule as the girls? Do you have 4 games this week?
Yes, we do. We have Rich, and then we get on a bus Friday morning, go to an overnight tournament up in Shoshone. and we start to see some of the 1A competition, a couple of 2A schools mingled in there. But yeah, we'll have a game Friday and then 2 on Saturday. So a lot of basketball this weekend. It's good.
Well, I'm going to tell you the same thing I told Coach Barnes. Just don't exert much energy. There's no point in getting your kids tired before that tournament. Tell Moyes and the crew that they just need to go 20% and not really, exert a lot. Which when Rich and Cokeville are playing, I know that's not even an option. So
right.
And speaking of that, Coach, what's that like for you coaching against Rich 1 or 2 times a year?
No, for me, it's great because I know the tradition and I know the history and I know just the competitiveness that Rich High School has in everything that they do. They are in it to win it, and they're going to give you a battle, and it doesn't matter what the score is, what the year is, they're going to compete. And you compete with a team like Rich, you can walk away from that win or
Bear Lake Memorial Hospital provides safe, effective, high-quality health care. With many specialty services, Bear Lake Memorial serves patients from prenatal to geriatric. When you need imaging services, including mammograms, CT, and other specialized tests, the MRI suite accommodates patients of all sizes. The large windows provide natural light to help patients have an even better scanning experience. For a complete list of services offered, visit us online at blmhospital.com.
I'm Aiden Weston. I'm a junior, and I play guard.
Paxton Nicodemus, I'm a sophomore, and I play guard.
Dylan Fondwick, I'm a junior, and I play forward. I'm Carter Scott. I'm a junior, and I play guard.
Carter Grohl, junior, forward.
Kay Nelson, junior, forward.
Bridge Longren, I'm a junior, and I play guard.
Dylan Wasden, junior, forward. My name is Jet Holmes. I'm a junior, and I play point guard.
My name is Riker Hoffman. I'm a shooting guard, and I'm a senior.
Carter Hoffman, shooting guard,
senior.
Drake Weston, senior, guard. Daniel Smith, senior, forward.
Dax Charlie, small forward, freshman.
Connor Creel, I'm a sophomore, and I play guard. Wyatt O'Malley, I'm a freshman, and I'm a guard.
Wyatt T, freshman, guard.
Bodie O'Malley, sophomore, center.
My name is Nash Perry, and I am a freshman, and I play guard.
I'm Alan Cornia, I'm a freshman, and I play guard.
Rick Cordia, I'm a freshman, and I play center.
Argyle,
I'm a freshman, and I'm a center.
I'm Aiden Weston. I'm a junior, and I play guard.
Paxton Nicodemus, I'm a sophomore, and I
So Rob, we'll get things reset here on our scoreboard. Starting lineup for the Rebels. Number 2, Riker Hoffman. Number 4, Daniel Smith. Number 5, Drake Weston. Number 23, your 1A 8-man MVP, Carter Hoffman. And at number 25, Carter Scott.
And who is missing from the starting lineup, Bradley?
Ridge. So he's been sick all week. Yep. We hope that, I had heard that he might not be full this week. Bad timing, but we hope that we can get him in and he can get things going. So, and they're going to have the starting lineup now for Cokeville. Number 4, Ammon Hatch, son of Coach Hatch, I assume. Number 5, Justin Moyes. We'll be saying his name a lot tonight. Number 10, Dash Nate. Number 11, Kason Walker. And number 20, Caleb Hatterley. So good solid starting 5 for the Panthers as well, Rob. This is going to be a good one.
Yeah, you've only got 3 games in their belt, but they are undefeated. And Justin Moyes is averaging 15 points a game. And then you've got Caleb Hatterley, who leads the team in rebounds with 6 games.
So somebody's perfect record is getting tarnished tonight. We will see who it is right here, as we are just getting ready for tip-off. Once again, Smith, Hoffman, Scott, Weston, and Riker Hoffman starting for the Rebels. You'll see Ridge Lundgren in there quickly, I assume. Good tip from Smith to Hoffman, but that is quickly stolen by Cokeville and passed ahead to Hatterley. And he has a left-handed layup to get things started here. Weston being guarded by Hatch. Weston gets it across, passes it to Scott. Scott dribbles to his left, hands it to Riker. Riker to Weston. Weston, the open 3, that is up and off the back iron. That is rebounded by number 11, Kason Walker. That's passed ahead to Dash. Passed ahead to Dash Nate, and that is knocked out of bounds and will be given back to the Rebels. So Weston brings it up the floor. He crosses half court. Coach Corney has his guys spread out. Handed to Riker. Back to Hoffman. Carter Hoffman, who drives to the hole. That is up. No good, but rebounded by Smith. He tries to get it back up. No good there. Rebounded, defended and rebounded there by Moyes, Justin Moyes. He passes it ahead to Walker. Walker passes it to Moyes. Moyes drives in, and that's going to be a reach on Hoffman here early on in the game.
Obviously, Carter's first foul and the first one on the Rebels.
So Cokeville will have the ball under their hoop. Hatch inbounds it. He looks for Moyes. Moyes grabs it. He tries to inbound it to Hatterley. That's knocked away by Riker. Riker dribbles, gives it to Scott, open for three. That is off. So our usual three-point makers off early on here in the game as Hatch passes it up to Walker. They try to get it to Hatterley. But Riker Hoffman comes in and intercepts that at the block and goes out of bounds. So Cokeville will keep the ball down on their end. Hatch being guarded by Weston, the inbounder. He passes it into Moyes on the right wing. Walker up top, over to Hatch on the left wing. He gets it to a cutting Moyes at the foul line. Hoffman goes for the rebound. He's going to be fouled by, I believe, Dash Nate.
I think he was fouled by his own teammate.
Yeah, there was a little bit of that too.
Carter Scott, a little friendly fire, and here comes Ridge Lundgren into the ball game.
Yeah, they're going to credit that foul to Dash Nate. 6:26 to go here. 2-0 for the Panthers. Ridge Lundgren in the game for Carter Scott. Weston gets it across the timeline, hands it to Lundgren. Lundgren crosses over his man, gets it to Weston up top. Weston driving to the inside, that's tipped away by Hatch. Weston puts it up, and that is no good. Rebounded by Nate. And the whole thing with Ridge not starting it may be just because of missed practices. It may have nothing to do with how he's feeling or anything because he went in quick. So ball is put into Hatterley. That is missed and rebounded by Riker. Riker brings it up, passes it over to Weston on the right wing. Weston looks to drive. He passes it to Riker. Riker drives. They're going to call a foul on. That's Dash Nate's second foul of the game here very early on. 5:45 to go in the first quarter. 2-0.
Yeah, we're pitching a baseball game here, Bradley.
Defensive battle so far as Lundgren looks to inbound. He does to Smith. Smith tries to get to a cutting Carter Hoffman, and that is broken up. Hatch ends up with it. Good pass there by Hatch to Walker as he cut to the hoop and finishes with the layup. Rebels down 4-0 early on in the first quarter. Hoffman drives in, tries to draw the foul on the layup. He won't get that. Rebounded by Hatch. He gets it out to Walker, who enters it into a subbed-in Plowman. Plowman over to Nate. Walker has it on the right wing. Passes it up to Hatch. Hatch passes it over to Moyes. Moyes looking to drive. He's stopped by Carter. Back to Hatch for three. That is off right into the hands of Riker Hoffman, who's going to travel to get it up to Carter Hoffman. So subs here. Carter Scott in for Carter Hoffman, and also number 1 Hudson Hemrick in for Dash Nate. Hemrick with the ball. He passes it over to Hatch, to Walker on the right wing. Gets it to Moyes, cutting at the foul line. Back to Walker. 3-point attempt up and good. That's number 22, Blaze Plowman. He had a few of them in the JV game as well. So Panthers up 7-0 after that Plowman 3. Hoffman goes in for the shot, and he is going to be fouled. I believe they're going to call a blocking foul here at the block. So they're going to call that on Plowman as Hoffman goes to the line to shoot 2.
Get a chance to break the ice on that rim for the Rebels.
And the first one is up and good for Hoffman. Like you say, Rob, able to take the lid off there as the Rebels now on the board. And Hoffman's second is up and off the front of the rim. So the Rebels, it will remain 7-1 for the Panthers. Hatch has it off top. He gets it to Walker on the wing. Walker to Hatch to Moyes. Hatch has it back up top. He passes it over to Hemrick. Back to Walker in the corner. Hemrick has it on the wing. He passes it into Moyes. Moyes entry pass to Plowman, who gets it back out to Walker. Walker skips it over to Hatch, who then skips it to the corner to Hemrick. Back to Walker to Moyes. Hatch for the 3 attempt on the right wing, and that is good. It's a good, talented team. Definitely the best we've seen all year so far, Rob, in this very early season. Smith gets it to Weston, who has it at the top. Gets a screen from Riker Hoffman. He looks to drive on Moyes. Goes to baseline, kicks it to Lundgren at the corner. Lundgren loses. He keeps a hold of it, able to dribble it out. He's going to drive to the hoop, drive and dishes to Smith, and good defense there by Moyes to knock that thing away. Back to Hatch, who gets it across the timeline. Moyes now will take a 3. That's off the back iron. Good rebound there by Carter Scott. He passes it up to Lundgren. Lundgren skip passes it to Weston. Thinks about the 3, then drives to the hoop, and that is just off. Shots that usually fall for the Rebels just are not at this point. Pass attempted over to Hemrick from Hatch is knocked away by Carter Scott. As Hoffman for Hoffman. Carter back in the game here.
10-1 run for the Panthers, there, Bradley.
3:05 to go in the first quarter. It's been all Panthers so far. As Hatch gives it to Moyes, who passes it to Hemrick in the corner. Hemrick drives baseline, trying to get it into Hatterley. He'll settle for Plowman up top, who has a 3 in this game so far. He gets it to Hatch. Moyes cuts in, and that's the shot that they've been trying for to get Moyes to the foul line area, and he knocks one down. Pass is intercepted there by Hemrick, and Cokeville's going to get a timeout. Good heads-up play there by Coach Hatch. Rebels being outplayed so far, 12-1, 2:38 to go in the first quarter. We'll see what adjustments are made by Coach Cornea. We'll be back after this.
If you've never heard a mechanic say they truly care, then you've been at the wrong place. Stacy's Repair in Woodruff is a family-owned and operated business open since 1992, offering all types of maintenance and repair services. You can be sure your vehicle is operating at its best. Whether your vehicle is older or the newest model, gas or diesel, we fix and maintain them all. Also offering chip repair, windshield replacement, and tires. When your vehicle needs a mechanic, bring it to the ones who truly care. Stacy's Repair in Woodruff.
We are back after the break. Rebels find themselves down 12-1 to start the first quarter. 2:36 to go here as Hatch brings it back across the timeline, being guarded by Weston. He drives in, gets help from Lundgren. Hatch kicks it out to Moyes. Moyes, they're going to get him for a travel. Good defense there by Carter Hoffman to force that travel.
Only the 3rd turnover on the Panthers so far in the ball game. The Rebels are with 5.
Walker subs in for Moyes here. Rebels might want to take advantage of Moyes being out of the game and Nate, 2 of their top scorers. Weston brings it across the timeline, dribbles to his right. They're trying to set up a screen for Carter Scott to get open at the top. He will drive into the key and gets one to fall. That's the type of plays we need to get things going here. Rebels down 12-3 with 2 minutes to go in the first. Walker has it on the wing, guarded by Hoffman. He hands it off to Hatch. Hatch drives in, guarded by Weston. Gets out to Plowman. Hatch has it on the wing, passes it to Hatterley, who gets it into Walker. He gets the jumper, and that is off the mark. Lundgren with the rebound. He passes it up to Scott. Scott, a good entry pass to Hoffman, who just gets it in. And now Coach Cornea wants a full court press going as Weston gets up on Hatch. They're going to get Carter Scott for the foul there. He broke the ball loose, but they're going to say he got him with his hand. And so Cokeville will keep possession here. 1:28 to go. 12-5 for the Panthers.
And Moyes back in the ball game on cue, Bradley.
Yep, so he didn't sit long. I understand that call. Hoffman in for Smith. So it's Carter Hoffman, Riker Hoffman, Lundgren, Scott, and Weston in the game. Walker to inbound. Looking for a man. He gets it into Plowman in the corner. Back to Plowman and then to Hatch up top. He passes to Moyes in the left wing, who immediately drives. Nearly travels again. He passes it in, and that's stolen by Ridge, but Ridge not able to get a handle on it, and it does get dribbled out of bounds, giving the ball back to Cokeville. Rebels are getting better defense in now, as the Rebels have caused a couple turnovers so far. They do there as Riker steals the ball on a drive, gets it up front to Scott. Scott gets a turnaround floater, and now the Rebels down just 12-7 with a minute to go here. Rebels have won the last 2 minutes, and they needed it. 57 seconds to go in the first quarter. Moyes picks up his dribble, gives it to Hatch. Hatch gets it to a cutting Hatterley. Hatterley goes up, and he gets a nice hook shot up over Hoffman. Weston brings it up the floor, guarded by Hatch. 40 seconds to go. 14-7 for the Panthers. Weston being guarded by Hatterley. Drives to the hoop, and they're going to call Hatterley on the foul on that drive. And Weston will go to the line shooting 2 here. So number 12 for Cokeville, Joey Thomas, a freshman, is going to be subbing in for, I'd imagine, Hatterley, as he's the one who just committed that foul, and the sub is being made. We'll see here. Weston's first shot is up and off the front iron. So nope, that will be Joey Thomas coming in for Hatch here. Give him a breather with 34 seconds to go here in the first. Weston's second foul shot is up, and that one is off as well. But rebounded by Riker Hoffman and kept alive. Back to Weston up top. He hands it off to Carter Scott. 25 seconds to go. Weston back with the ball up top. Weston passes it to Scott, who has Carter screening for him. Riker Hoffman gets it up top. He kicks it out to Carter Hoffman. They're going to call a foul there.
They're going to call him for traveling.
What's that? Travel, sorry.
Yeah.
You know what I was thinking. Okay, travel there. 14 seconds to go here. Moyes with the ball. He is your scorer with 8 seconds to go here. Over to Walker on the wing. Back to Moyes up top. Broken up by Hoffman and given to Ridge up top, and he doesn't get there in time. That is blocked right at the buzzer. And Riker Hoffman is down. They're going to make sure he's okay. We'll go to break real quick and give you an update after this. This is Rebel Basketball online at mylocalradio.com and listening in at 98.3 KDQ FM.
The town of Garden City is home to beautiful Bear Lake, where families play together. We welcome you to Garden City and invite you to visit bearlake.org for places to explore and information on upcoming events year-round. The town of Garden City welcomes you as we cheer on the Rich Rebels.
Great signage is an important component to any successful business. It lets your customers know they have arrived at your doors, and it's a constant advertisement of who you are. When you install LED signage, you're taking it one step further. The ability to create color messages that move is an attention grabber. Plus, you can change a message whenever you would like. Make your business stand out with an LED sign from Rocky Mountain Sign, providing service, installation, and maintenance on all signage. Rocky Mountain Sign, licensed in Wyoming and Utah. Call today for a quote. 307-789-5202.
Welcome back as we start the second quarter here at Cokeville High School, as Cokeville is leading 14-7 to start the second quarter.
Right at the end of that quarter, Bradley Riker Hoffman went down, twisted his ankle, so he is headed to the locker room.
So hopefully they'll get him taped up and he'll be able to return. Moyes had the ball. He tried to get it back to the perimeter, but that is kicked by the Rebels, so Cokeville will keep possession here. Moyes enters it into Walker. Walker dribbles to his right. He passes over to Hemrick. Back to Walker. Good give and go there. but just short as Daniel Smith gets the rebound, brings it up the floor. He hands it back to Weston. Weston over to Scott on the right wing. Scott drives to his left, kicks it out to Hoffman to the left. Hoffman drives, gives to Daniel Smith, who's going to attempt a three at the corner, and that is off the other side of the rim. Rebounded by Hatch, guarded closely by Weston up the floor. He does get it across half court. Gets it to Hemrick to the right. Hemrick looks to Moyes, and they're going to call that back court. I think Moyes thought it was tipped by the Rebels at the last minute, but Rebels will get the ball back here. 14-7, 7:11 to go in the second quarter. Weston dribbles to his left, passes up top to Lundgren, over to Scott. They try to get an oop to Lundgren. He doesn't come back down, and that's going to cost the Rebels. He was open there, but not able to finish mid-air. Hatch gets it to Hemrick. Hemrick loses it. Weston gets it. He's being pressured heavily by Hatch. He goes up for the shot, and no good. And they're going to give that to Weston as a shooting foul. So Drake will go to the line shooting 2 here. And the Rebels could use some points here, so hopefully Weston able to knock down both of these here.
He was 0 for 2 in the first attempt. And there you go, the broadcaster Jinx helping him out.
14-8.
First points for Drake on the night.
So Drake's second foul shot is up and good. 14-9 for the Panthers. 6:45 to go in the first half. Hatch brings the ball up. He passes it over to Nate, who's now back in the game. He passes to Walker up top. Walker looks, trying to get it into Hatterley, and he does. And Smith doing a good job playing physical down there, but they're going to get him for the foul down under this time.
Going a little bit for the steal there and cut himself out of position.
So Cokeville has the ball under their hoop. Hatch passing the ball in. He gets it into Hatterley. Hatterley being guarded by Hoffman, kicks it back out to Walker up top, then to Moyes in the right wing. Moyes is going to drive, jump stops, tries to get something going and not able to get it to the rim. Hoffman gets the rebound, passes it up to Scott at the wing, and they're going to call a travel as Scott left his feet a little bit too quick when he got the ball.
That floor seems a little bit slick tonight, Bradley. I don't know if they got
There's
this
been a lot
ice.
of travels
there
on
has
both
been.
ends, yep. So Hatch is bringing the ball up now. Trying to get things going here. He passes to Walker on the right wing. Walker to Nate. Nate looking to the inside. He's not able to get it there. Being pressured heavily by Lundgren. He's going to skip past it to Moyes, who's at the left wing. Moyes drives to his left. Carter Hoffman, great job defensively. Back to Hatch, to Walker to Moyes. Moyes dribbles into the key. He's going to take a long jump shot and good. Right from the top of the key. Good shot there by Justin Moyes. Lundgren gets it across the timeline. He passes it to Weston, who's at the left wing now. Weston to Smith at the top of the key. He's extended to the top. Carter Scott hands it to Ridge. Back to Scott. We could really use this three. Almost banks in. Goes off hard and rebounded by Hatterley. As you said, Rob, he's the rebounder of this team. It is passed up quickly to Hatch. Oh, and they're going to get Weston with the foul there as he gets the ball out of his hands. So 5:10 to go here. Foul on Drake Weston, 16-9. As Jet Holmes will come in for Drake Weston.
First foul on Drake and the second on the Rebels in the quarter. And Riker Hoffman returns to the bench.
So we've got Lundgren, Holmes, Scott, Hoffman, and Smith in for the Rebels. Hatch gets it into Walker, to Plowman. Plowman to Hatch on the left wing. He's being guarded by Holmes. Hatch gets it to Walker up top. Back to Hatch. Good defense there by Holmes to prevent that pass from happening, but it did go off a Rebel hand. So Hatch will go back down underneath to inbound the ball here. He's looking, trying to get in. He's going to have to settle for Walker up top, who's at the right wing. A three-point attempt is no good, and they're going to call Dash Nate with another foul there on the rebound. That's going to be his third, correct, Rob?
Haven't been able to keep all that in check, Bradley. Sorry, we'll see what the scoreboard gives us on this one, but nice board by Daniel Smith. That is his third, yes.
So good, big rebound there by Daniel to stay strong there as he inbounds it to Lundgren, who will now take over that point guard position. So Ridge gets it across the timeline. 4:44 to go in the first half. Rebels down 7. That is passed over to Smith for 3. Holmes gets the rebound and kicks it back out to Carter Scott. Carter drives in. Things are just not falling for the Rebels right now, Rob. Hatch gets it up to Himrick, back to Hatch, over to Walker. He feeds it to Hatterley inside. That is off the mark. Scott able to get a rebound and up to Ridge quickly in transition. Ridge tries to go behind the back, and that is broken up by the Panthers. Jet Holmes dives on the ball to keep possession for the Rebels as Weston and Riker Hoffman in for Jet Holmes and Carter Scott. Good hustle play there by Jet to go in there and play his role. Rebels just need to score here. 4:08 to go. 4 in the first half. Entry pass to Hoffman. Good move there, but off hard again and rebounded by Moyes. Moyes gets it ahead to Himrick. Himrick's going to drive, stopped by Smith. Great entry pass, though, to Plowman. Panthers up 9. Weston gets it up ahead to Smith. Smith takes it up top, back to Weston. He's going to dribble up top. He dribbles to his left, gets it to Hoffman. Hoffman screens for Hoffman. That is picked off, stolen there by Walker. He gets it to Himrick. Himrick pressured, and they're going to call a foul on Drake Weston. That'll be his second foul of the ball game. 3:30 to go. 18-9 for the Panthers. Carter Scott into the game for Weston. I think Lex wants to avoid a third foul to end the half there. So Moyes looks to inbound. He gets it into Hatch. Hatch to Moyes. Back to Hatch. Hatch is on the left wing. 3:19 to go. He hands it to Walker on the right wing. Walker trying to get to Moyes, but he is guarded very closely by Carter Hoffman. They get to Plowman on the left wing, and they're going to get him for a travel. He initially almost carried and then tried to readjust, and he traveled there.
9th turnover on the Panthers, but that shot clock is making this game so different than what we would expect. The lack of a shot clock, I should say.
Correct, yep. Ridge gets it across half, gives it to Carter Scott, who picks it up and gets it to Riker. Riker into Daniel. Daniel kick it back to Riker. Daniel now has it back again at the top of the key. 2:50 to go in the first half. Carter tries to feed it into Riker, and Riker is fouled by Himrick underneath. And no bonus yet, so the Rebels will take it underneath.
Third team foul on the Panthers, and the first on Himrick.
So Ridge is the inbounder. And he will just get it out to Carter Hoffman on the left wing, who drives in, hands it back to Ridge. This will help. That is off. Like I said, Rob, these are usually shots that we're making, and that one just rims out for Lundgren. 2:38 to go. Cokeville up 18-9 to the Rebels.
Moyes and Carter Hoffman with that rebound, and the jump ball goes to the Panthers.
So Hatch brings it up court. He gets it to Moyes at the high post on the left. Moyes trying to get things going, and he is going to be fouled by Carter Hoffman.
I believe that's Carter's second, and that is the fourth on the Rebels. So the next one will put the Panthers on the free throw line.
2:27 in the second quarter. Hatch gets it up to Moyes, now guarded by Riker Hoffman, as offensive foul called
on Moyes.
So Moyes was pushing in the key. They're going to call him on an offensive foul. Interesting call there. 2:22 to go in the second quarter.
4th team foul, and that is the second. No, it's first on Moyes.
For such a high-octane offense so far this season, the Rebels just hit double digits. Good shot, good jump shot from the elbow by Ridge Lundgren. Rebels down 18-11 as Walker quickly on the other end gets a jumper at midcourt. 20-11. Scott gets it in the corner. He'll pass it back up to Lundgren. 1:52 to go in the half. Lundgren dribbles to his left. He's going to drive all the way, gets there easily. Lundgren coming alive here as the first half is starting to come to a close. Himmert, guarded by Lundgren, tries to get it to Hatterley, and that's knocked away by Daniel Smith out of bounds. 20-13, 1:36 to go in the half as Plowman comes in for Moyes. Prevent him from any foul trouble going into the half. In for the Rebels is Scott, Hoffman, Lundgren, Smith, and Hoffman. That's entered into Hemrick in the corner. Carter Scott steals the pass from Hemrick to Hatch, goes for the layup, and it is off the mark. Rebounded by Hatch. Good defense there by Hatch just to make Scott second guess that layup. Hatch gets it over to Plowman. Plowman to Walker on the right wing, who's going to drive to the baseline. He's open at the wing now. Over to Plowman on the left wing. Working into the corner to Hatch. Hatch drives to his right. Back to Walker. 1:05 to go here. They get it into Hatterley. Hoffman does not go straight up there. He tries for the block. They're going to call a foul there. And one. Hatterley looking to make this a 10-point lead for the Panthers.
First trip to the free throw line for the Panthers.
This is their first foul shot.
Their first foul shot, yep. And the first foul on Riker Hoffman.
That foul shot is up and no good for Hatterley. Scott gets the rebound, brings it up. He gets it to Daniel Smith, who had just crossed. Daniel goes to the rim and get in there. It is good. Big and one for Daniel. We needed that more than anything. 51 seconds to go. Daniel, good strong drive as he's fouled going to the hole, and he will look to get this one to 6.
That'll put both teams in the bonus for the last 50 seconds.
Daniel's shot is up and good. 22-16 for the Panthers. Hatch gets it quickly across and over to Walker on the wing. Back to Hatch up top. This is a very patient Panther team. Rob, 40 seconds to go. Moyes back in the game. He dribbles to his left, picks up his dribble. That's kicked by Hoffman. Good defense there. Carter Grohl into the game for Carter Hoffman.
I would say that patience has a lot to do with their coach.
Absolutely.
Well coached.
Well coached team. 36 seconds to go, 22-16 for the Panthers. Hatch inbounds it to Hatterley. Hatterley gets it over to Walker. To Moyes on the right wing. He's being guarded by Carter Grohl. I like having Carter Grohl there. He plays a lot like Carter on defense. Very physical player. They are playing for the last shot here. 19 seconds to go here. As Walker's going to hold it up top. Rebels are going to let them hold it. 12 seconds to go. Into the hands of Moyes. Guarded by Grohl. 9 seconds. Screen on Grohl. Moyes goes to his right. Defended by the Rebels, who do a good job, and that bounces off multiple feet. 1 second to go. Great job by the Rebels to keep the Panthers from scoring to close out the half. We'll see if a shot can get off here with just 1 second to go here. Hoffman, the inbounder, wants to get it down the court but not get a 5-second call. Scott gets it. He's just going to chuck it up, and that will be the end of the first half. Very defensive-minded half, 22-16 in favor of the Panthers. We're going to go to break. When we come back, we'll have our standout student segment, and we will talk about the highlights of this first half.
Supporting local schools, Eddie and Todd Jensen, owners of Mound Valley Cattle Company, know when it comes to buying and selling cattle, you count on the best. Mound Valley Cattle Company, serving Utah, Idaho, and Wyoming. 208-339-0614. That's 208-339-0614.
It is now time for our stand-up student segment for today, and I am catching up with my buddy Hudson Perry. And Hudson, we've got some exciting things to talk about. Football state came out today, and your name is on there. So congrats, bud. How are you?
Thank you.
I've been missing talking about football. I've been talking about basketball too much lately, so I'm glad there's some football news today. So how are you feeling, and how was the season for you?
Well, I was pretty happy when I saw that I was on All-State. I wasn't expecting it and made me really happy. And we got a lot of kids on there, so pretty proud of that.
Well, Hudson, you had a great sophomore season. We're feeling very fortunate that we get you for 2 more years, and you've got a bunch of very talented classmates along with you, so good days ahead for Rich High football. I always had a very hard time going from football to basketball, the winter sport. How are you doing? Football's a month gone. How are you transitioning?
I think like the rest of us, I'm missing football, but I love wrestling, and it's been a weird transition. They're 2 very different sports, and I assume it's the same with basketball, but just changing the mindset and getting ready to go in wrestling.
Let's talk about wrestling. So, Hudson, you dislocated your shoulder in the state championship game. Not sure if a lot of people knew that, and it was re-dislocated in practice. But you are planning on wrestling this weekend. So, what meet is coming up this weekend? What's going to be your opening meet?
So we have a duel at Lyman and then a tournament in Kemmer on Saturday and Friday and Saturday.
Do you prefer the duels or the tournaments?
Well, tournaments you get a lot more matches, but the duels, they can get some pretty intense matches, and the atmosphere duels was pretty cool. So
it's definitely more of a team-like atmosphere with the duels.
Yes, definitely.
So the best of both worlds. How are you liking the high school life?
I think it's awesome. We have some really cool teachers and love my classmates.
So I know it's a long ways away, but what do you want to be when you grow up? What do you want to be after the days of Rich High are behind you?
Well, hoping to be some type of engineer. Don't know for sure yet, but guess we'll see where life takes me.
Like I say, lucky for us that we've got 2.5 more years of Hudson Perry, and we're excited about those. Hudson, I always like to finish up these interviews with you giving a shout out to a teacher, and could even be a junior high teacher. But who's a teacher that's had a positive impact on your life so far?
Well, I'd have to give it to Coach Cooper Cornea. He's my biology teacher, and he's also a wrestling coach. And yeah, I think he's just one of our, well, all of our teachers are really good, but he's definitely taught me a lot since I came into high school freshman year, and one of my really good coaches.
Yep, he's a great guy. And so what is it about wrestling? Wrestling's different than any other sport, in my opinion. What makes it such a good sport for life? Because that's how I look at it. But I want to hear your input on why wrestling helps so much in life.
It's definitely the most intense sport I've ever played, and there is a team aspect to it, but it's really just one-on-one, and you have to be really quick at problem solving and honestly just enduring. Just gotta have so much more endurance than any other sport, and life through that should help later in life.
It is an awesome sport, and we wish you the best of luck this season, and we're glad that your shoulder's feeling better, and we'll keep tabs on you and hopefully get some updates this weekend on how you do, but good luck to you and the rest of the wrestlers.
Sounds great, thank you.
Reach a dedicated hometown, regional, and worldwide audience. Dive into the action with My Local Rodeo. Our high school rodeo broadcasts are the heart of the community, drawing families and fans who love to support local businesses. From prime advertising spots to exclusive sponsorships, your businesses can shine in the spotlight. Don't miss out. Contact us today and saddle up for an unbeatable advertising opportunity. My Local Rodeo, where your business becomes part of the excitement. Reach a dedicated hometown regional
but the Rebels only 5 of 14 from the inside the arc, 0 of 6 from three-point land. Cokeville's 8 of 14 from inside the arc, 2 of 5 from three-point land. So the Rebels are shooting 25%, Bradley, and the Panthers 53. That ought to tell you who's ahead in the game. Rebels are 4 of 7 from the free throw line. Panthers only shot 1 free throw, and it was missed. Rebels are actually winning the boards 13-12, 3 offensive boards. Riker Hoffman, Carter Scott, and Daniel Smith all with 3 rebounds. Cokeville, no offensive rebounds, but Blaze Plowman with 3 boards. As far as the points are concerned, Ridge Lundgren with 4, Drake Weston with 2, Carter Hoffman with 2, Riker Hoffman with 1, Daniel Smith with 3, Carter Scott with 4, and the Panthers have got it spread all over the place between leading scorers Blaze Plowman with 5, and Moise with 4, Ammon Hatch with 3. So the shooting percentage is the biggest problem, I'd say, Bradley. The Rebels are actually taking better care of the ball. They've only got 8 turnovers to the Panthers' 10, but the ball's got to get going in the hoop.
Yeah, definitely not a half that both sides prefer, but good defensive battle. Rob, we were muted during the hat segment, so I'm going to reiterate what it was. That was Dustin Wasden's hat. He teaches at Cokeville, and he lives in Rich County, so Zach Hoffman over at the station made him the perfect hat to support both sides today, which rightly so. He works with all these Cokeville kids, and especially on Sundays works with the Rich County kids. So awesome idea there by Zach Hoffman over at the station. So we've got 40 seconds to go here. Very competitive matchup so far tonight between the Panthers and the Rebels. Yeah, Rob, I'm right there with you. Shooting percentage is concerning for the Rebels. We got to finish at the hoop. We're, last weekend it very much looked like we were a 3-point scoring team. Have we even had a 3 yet today? I'm not sure if we have.
We have. We're 0 for 6 from three-point land.
0 for 6 from
There's
3.
Been several that looked like they were going down, and everybody, I didn't see Drake miss one in the shoot-around before the game, but he had a good look. Most of them have been great looks. So,
well, Rob, honestly, it's like I was telling you before, when you play your sibling, you want to win really bad, and I think both sides are feeling that, just trying to get the jitters out, and we're going to get things started here in the third quarter. And it looks like the Rebels will start with the ball.
I found my error in my stat book, Bradley. Caleb Hatterley is actually leading the Panthers in scoring. He's got 6 because he had that last and one opportunity at the end.
That's right. Yep. So the Rebels have the ball. Hoffman up top, hands it to Weston. Weston looking to drive. He passes it to Lundgren, who starts the half. And he will drive to the hoop, and it will not go. Hatterley with the rebound and passes it off to Ammon Hatch. Hatch gets it across half court, looks to drive, and that is tipped by Hoffman. But then a Panther and goes out of bounds. So the Rebels will get possession back as Weston inbounds to Riker Hoffman. Hoffman's going to hand it back to Weston. Weston looking to Coach Cornea for the call here. They look to set something up. Weston drives to the right. He's going to keep it inside, and he will go up off the mark again. Rebounded by Hatch, who was the defender on that play. Hatch gets it over to Walker on the right wing. Back to Hatch up top, who passes it to Nate. Nate passes it to Hatch. Hatch up top, pressured by Weston. Hatch in, gets to the high post to Walker. Walker pulls up for a jump shot, and that is no good. Moyes with the rebound, and he is fouled by Drake Weston, and that's going to be Weston's 3rd foul, I believe.
And here comes Carter Scott to take his spot.
So Scott into the ball game here, taking the place of Weston after his 3rd foul. Ball inbounded to Moyes, guarded by Carter Hoffman. Screened by Walker, but Moyes picks up the ball, hands it to Walker on the left wing. Back to Moyes up top. Moyes passes it to Hatterley on the right wing. Back to Moyes on the right wing, who passes it into a cutting Walker. Good defense by Ridge, but then there was a cutting dash. Nate, who able to finish there. 24-16, 6.5 to go in the third quarter. Panthers up. Lungen with the ball. Daniel Smith with the screen. Ridge steps back. Dribbling to his right. Skip pass to Carter Scott, who's open for three in the corner. That is off. Riker Hoffman, good rebound there, and he is not given the foul there on the putback. Hatch gets it up court to Walker, and Walker's going to travel on the right wing. So Rebels will get the ball back. Just a bit chaotic so far offensively for the Rebels, Rob.
Yeah, it has not gone down, and that was a great rebound by Riker Hoffman, but couldn't get the putback to go.
5:57 to go here in the third quarter. Hoffman has it on the right wing. He drives and gives to Lundgren, who passes it off to Hoffman. Hoffman now will drive to the hole. That is off. Carter Hoffman able to get a rebound, and they're going to call a jump ball, so that should be given back to the Panthers as the Rebels started with the ball, start of the half. Moyes inbounds to Walker. Rebels in a full court press, but that is quickly broken by the Panthers. Good defense there at the hoop by Daniel Smith, but rebounded and put back by Dash. And we've got a little guy on the floor here wandering across. It's quicker to go across the court than around for these little guys, Rob. So
that's definitely so.
So the Rebels will get the ball after that score, so 26-16. Panthers definitely out quickly in this second half as Lundgren has the ball. He's just going to pull up off the front iron, rebounded by Moyes, and given to Hatch, who takes it up the floor. He's going to drive to the hoop and dish to Hatterley, who's fouled on the shot. So it looks like Daniel Smith got a cut on his lower lip on that play. So Fonsbeck will go in, but in the chaos of everything, Hatterley is fouled and will go to line shooting two.
Giving the foul to Riker Hoffman. Nope.
That is up, and
giving the foul to Daniel Smith, which is the putting salt into the wound for him.
So the second shot is up and off as well. So Carter Scott gets the rebound, gets it ahead to Carter Hoffman, goes up for the rebound, just too much, but Dylan Fonsbeck, who just subbed in, able to get the putback there, and we needed that big time. Good play there by Dylan Fonsbeck. 26-18, and we are going to go to break here as Coach Cornea wants a timeout. We'll be back after this. Thanks for listening in on 98.3 KDQ FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
From now a message from the experts at Bear Lake Realty.
Welcome to Water's Edge, right downtown Garden City. Beachfront condos, close to the beach, close to downtown for your renters and the owners.
We are back. Thank you to Bear Lake Realty and Gary McKee for the Bear Lake Realty fan cam.
I did promise you Scott Ferguson on
there
the
Cokeville
side.
I see him. So he's repping the Wyoming Cowboy
he
colors.
Is, and you still got the nice girl family on the front row. So that's about as good as I can get you on that side. Unless you want to see these nice ladies to my left, and that would be Hannah Scott and Janie Walentine. And a shout out to Hannah Scott, who's going to be on her way to Madrid, Spain in May.
Yep, congrats to her. So we are back live now. Rebels down 26-18. We have not been able to cut into this lead very much. Rebels trying to do that here in the third period. 5:06 to go in this third quarter. For the Rebels, it's Scott Hoffman, Lundgren, Riker Hoffman, and Dylan Fonsbeck in. Ridge, great defense that leads to a Carter Scott steal. And they're going to call, I believe, Ammon Hatch on the foul on the on the layup attempt, so that will be Ammon's second foul. And so that is on the ground, so Lundgren will be the inbounder here. He gets it into Fonsbeck. He passes it up to Carter Scott. They're trying to get Ridge Lundgren open for three, and they do. It's off the front iron once again. Ridge playing great defense on Ammon. Ammon Hatch able to keep it alive. He gets it into the corner to Nate. That's off. Carter Scott rebounds, gets it ahead to Riker Hoffman, who passes it to Carter Hoffman at the block, and that is good. And one. Could not come at a better time. Carter Hoffman from the pass from Riker Hoffman gets the and one, 26-20, with Drake Weston subbing back in for Dylan Fonsbeck. Fonsbeck did a great job during his time out there.
Had a nice putback on that offensive board. Rebels are 4 of 7 from the free throw line, make that 5 of 8.
Which is big. Rebels pull within 5 into their full court man press that has worked well the last 2 possessions. Scott playing close. That is almost a carry by Hatch, but he was able to keep his hand on top of the ball. So Hatch dribbles to his left, hands it to Walker. No call there as Nate with the big three, extending their lead, 29-21, 4:03 to go here. Lundgren brings it up. He's going to dribble to his left. He thought he had a cutting man in Hoffman. Just miscommunication there as the Panthers take advantage. 3:51 to go here in the third quarter. Hatch gets it over to Nate. That pass is tipped by Lundgren into the hands of Riker Hoffman, who tries to get it to Lundgren up court, and that goes out of bounds. So
nice hustle, but the ball just didn't bounce the way you wanted it to, Bradley.
Yep, the Rebels just a little bit out of control here. Not for lack of hustle. There's tons of hustle out there, but not able to get things in a calm manner and get some points on the board. 29-21. Very low-scoring game on both sides. Walker gets it up to Dash at the top, and that is off the mark and off the hands of both Rebel defenders trying for a rebound. And that's kind of just describes how this night has gone for the Rebels.
A little friendly fire helping block each other out.
So Hatterley subs in for Dash Nate, who had a big three-pointer about a minute ago. Dylan Fonsbeck also subbing in. He's coming in for Riker Hoffman. So Cokeville does have possession after Rich knocked it out of bounds. Hatch gets it into Walker, then to Moyes, back to Hatch up top, who drives to his left and dishes it to Walker. Back to Moyes at top. He's going to attempt a three. That is off the front iron into the hands of Hemrick. Hemrick passes it to Moyes up top, and that is off the mark. Up to an awaiting Carter Scott. He goes for the layup, and that's got to be a goaltend because that shook the basket. But they're not going to do that. I thought that was what the call is there. So the layup is no good, and it goes off the Rebels.
They're going to get the ball back to Rich.
Okay. So they initially had the Panthers taking it out, but they're going to give it back to Rich. 29-21, 2:58 to go in the third quarter. Ball passed into Dylan Fonsbeck, who has a nice left-handed layup. Moyes bringing the ball up with Carter Hoffman defending. 29-23, 2:43 to go in the third quarter. Moyes gets trapped in the corner, and that is tipped away by the Rebels, I believe by Ridge Lundgren. So the Panthers will take it out on the sideline here. Moyes inbounds. He throws it up to Hatch, who now attempts a three, and that is missed. And up to Weston. 3-on-2 situation. Weston gets it to Scott. This would be huge for three. No. Weston in fighting for the rebound. Scott goes in and he fouls Hatch, who's attempting the rebound. And so 2:26 to go. Carter Scott does foul. Nobody in the bonus yet, so Cokeville will have possession after the Rebel foul.
You don't want to hear this, Bradley, but 0 for 10 from three-point land so far tonight.
just not like us so far this season. Hemrick has it on the wing, passes it to Walker. Lundgren defending. He passes it up top to Moise, who has a step on Hoffman. Hoffman tries to get a block on the shot, and they are going to call him for the foul. So Moise will go to the line shooting 2.
If you watched Carter's feet on that, Bradley, this floor's got to have some new shine on it or something, because these guys are skating around.
Yeah, same story in the girls' game as well. Moise's first shot is up and good.
First made free throw by the Panthers. And if you would have told me you would have kept Moise to 5 points in this game, I would say the Rebels are doing well.
Just a huge defensive battle for both ends. Ammon Hatch was subbed out. Dash Nate in. Second free throws up and good. 31-23, 2:10 to go in the third quarter as Weston brings up the ball across half court. Weston gives to Hoffman. Hoffman's going to drive all the way to the hole, and that is off. Great drive there, but just off the mark, and they're going to get Carter Scott for another foul, a transition foul again, and now the Panthers will go to the line shooting 2, with it being Moise to shoot.
Not the one you want to have shooting, and that's the third foul on Carter Scott.
Minute 55 to go. Moise looking to make this a 10-point ball game as his first is up and good. So the Rebels pulled it within 5, but since then it has been all Panthers. So the second one for Moise is up and good as well. 33-23 for the Panthers. 1:49 to go here. Lundgren dribbles to his right off the Fonsbeck screen. Now he drives all the way to the hole with his left hand. That is off. Fonsbeck fighting for the rebound. Rebels trap them in the corner, but now the Panthers are running. Walker up top. He gets it underneath the Hatterley. Off his hands, but into the hands of Nate. Hemrick drives in. He's stopped, but he dishes it back out to Nate. Then to Moise up top. 1:21 to go. Moise passes to Nate in the corner. To Moise to Hemrick. Hemrick takes the dribbles to his right. Nate gets an entry pass into Walker, and he gets a shot up. Panthers now with a 12-point lead with a minute to go. Weston drives to the hole, and they're going to call a foul, I believe, on Hemrick on the drive there. So Hudson Hemrick will get the foul there. That is his third. And Weston will...
Only his second, but it's the 13th foul on the Panthers.
And so they're saying Weston was shooting on that one. So his first foul shot is up and no good. Yeah, Rob, I'm shocked. 23 points with almost the third in the books. Weston's second foul shot is up and off the mark again. It is becoming a head game for the Rebels, and it is apparent out there. As Moise looks to cross the timeline, he does. He gets past Lundgren. Good help there by Carter Hoffman. Ball is handed to Walker, who goes all the way into the hoop, and they're going to call a charge. Credit that to Dylan Fonsbeck. Fonsbeck stayed planted there, and he is going to get rewarded with the charge. Rebels, a lot of work to go here. 39 seconds to go, down 12. Weston across the timeline. He's going to drive to the basket, and he'll draw a foul again, this time on the ground.
That's going to send him back to the free throw line because that is the fifth foul on the Panthers, but he was 0 for 2 on the last trip, Bradley.
Yep, so hopefully we can get 2 here with 29 seconds to go, draw within 10. Weston's first foul shot is up and good. Hatch back in for Hemrick. Drake's second foul shot is up and off the front of the iron again. Fonsbeck, a good rebound. They are going to get him for a travel, but good effort there on the rebound for Fons.
Not a whole lot you can do with that when you got the ball and you're coming down.
Yep. Moyes inbounds the Hatch. 26 seconds to go here. Cokeville, I'm sure, going to look for the last basket here. Moyes gets it across half court and hands to Hatch, who's on the right wing. Hatch dribbles back to midcourt. Passes to Walker on the left wing. Guarded closely by Carter Hoffman. And they're going to get an offensive foul on Plowman. So going the other way, Rebels now with 6 seconds. Could close this thing within 10 with another shot here. Weston the inbounder. He gets it to Lundgren. Up to Weston. Weston crosses over. He's going to take the three, and that is not good. 35-24 will close out our third quarter. We'll be back after this. We'll see what quarter adjustments are made by Coach Cornea. We'll be back after this.
We know from experience that in rural America, people really care about three things: their faith, their money, and their high school sports, and not necessarily in that order.
It's a race. Mendez in some space down the left wing. Steps into a shot. Mendez scores! Red Devils on top, 2-0 on the Heritage Auto Levinson scoreboard.
The 0-2 pitch, swung on and missed. Hello, North Carolina. Cheyenne's coming to visit.
The My Local Radio Sports Network covers high school sports in Utah, Idaho, and Wyoming. American Legion Baseball and high school rodeo in Utah, Idaho, and Wyoming. Advertising in the My Local Radio Sports Network is unique for two reasons. One, it's the best way to reach your local audience, and two, it's the most economical way to reach your regional and national audience. Join us today on the My Local Radio Sports Network.
We are back. Rob, interesting statistic you were just sharing.
Well, the Rebels put up 20 shot attempts in the first half, and they put up 17 in that quarter alone. But unfortunately, we're still 0 for 10 from the three-point land. But if you can find a hot hand, Bradley, you can turn this game around. Yep.
Got to happen now. Carter Scott hands it to Ridge Lundgren. Lundgren passes it to Riker. Could this be our first three of the game? Nope. That rattles out. Good rebound by Justin Moyes. Panthers taking it the other way with Hatch with the ball. He passes it to Moyes on the left wing, back up to Plowman. Plowman inbounds it to Hatch, up top to Walker. Walker passes it over to Moyes, who drives right to the lane. He's going to be met there by Hoffman. No good there. Rebound by Hatterley, who goes back up, and they're going to say he was fouled before going back up.
That was great defense by Ridge Lundgren because he got a block from the backside.
Hatch to inbound, and he does get it in to Plowman. Plowman clearing the lane. Gets it back over to Hatch on the left wing. Guarded by Weston. Over to Moyes, to Plowman. Back up to Hatch. Hatch drives, that's tipped away. Great job defensively by Carter Hoffman, who will get the ball. He goes up for it, and that is a blocking foul. So Carter Hoffman will go to the line, shooting two.
One of the challenges, Bradley, when you're trying to make up 11 points is the shot clock doesn't put any pressure on the Panthers. The Rebels were in a hole 10-1, and it's not really changed much since then.
Yep, so you got to do what the Rebels just did and force a turnover on those passes. Hoffman to the line. First is up and good. 35-25. 6:58 to go in the fourth quarter that we hope will last a while. As you said, potentially that clock could milk right down. Hoffman's second foul shot just rattles out. Hatch gets it off the Plowman rebound. Back to Plowman in the corner. He thinks about a three, but then gives it inside to Hatterley. They're going to call Hoffman for the foul as he tries to block that attempt by Hatterley. So Hatterley will go to the line shooting two.
I do believe that is Carter's fourth foul, so he will go to the bench, and Daniel Smith will sub in for him.
And Coach Corney tried to get him out of there, but that missed second free throw kept him in, wanting to avoid that fourth foul. But we are in the fourth quarter, so I'm sure Carter won't be sitting long.
First points of the second half for Hatterley. That gives him 7.
The second foul shot is up and off the front of the iron. Good rebound by Riker Hoffman. He'll keep it coming up the floor. He passes it to Carter Scott. Over to the wing to Weston. That is off the mark as well. So Cokeville will get the rebound going the other way. And they have a dash. Nate open in the corner. Then he kicks it to Moyes. Tipped out by Hatterley. Good play by him. Moyes drives to the hole. He's met by a couple Rebels. The refs let him play on that one. Drake drives to the hole and it is off his foot. And the frustration foul after, as Hatch got the ball back, and they're going to get Drake for the foul. I believe that's his fourth as well.
It is, and Coach Corney's going to take a timeout.
Rebels down 11 with 6:12 to go in the fourth quarter here in Cokeville. We'll be back after this.
Listening to the music that you love brings you joy. MyLocalRadio.com brings you that music. Whether you like listening to country's biggest stars, classic pop hits, classic rock, and rock hits, or country's young guns and legendary southern rock. MyLocalRadio.com puts your favorite music at your fingertips. Download the app to your mobile device or log onto the website to bring more joy into your life with your favorite music. MyLocalRadio.com.
So the statistics so far of the night, that is not good for the Rebels. Usually a good three-point shooting team, 0 for 13 so far in this ball game. Hence 25 points in just over three quarters. So we are at 6:12 to go here in the game. Rebels do have time to get a run.
The fact that you've kept Cokeville to only 36 points ought to be a positive sign, but need somebody to get a hot hand, and they need it quick.
And like you said, Rob, with the break, anybody who wants to start putting up threes, we will take it. So that was a timeout by Rich. Cokeville with the ball. Moyes will inbound to Hatch.
Rebels going to put pressure on the ball again.
So Weston needs to be careful. That was his fourth foul that we just saw before the break. Hoffman gets to Walker, who passes it to Moyes on the right wing. Hatterley goes to screen for Moyes. Moyes gets him on the pick and roll, but then a good defensive play there by
Carter Scott
to knock that away out of bounds. Hatch looking to inbound. He does get it in just in time to Moyes in the corner. Moyes gets a jump shot off. No rebound by the Rebels. Again and again, 2 straight offensive rebounds for the Panthers as Walker finishes it off, getting a jumper. Scott puts the 3 up. That is off hard. Hoffman tries for the rebound. And it seems the Rebels are getting a little bit into urgency mode as Nate passes it off to Hatch at the top of the key, and that is just off. Scott with the rebound gets it up to Lundgren. Lundgren drives to the hole, and that will be blocked by Moyes, rebounded by Hoffman, who's fouled on the putback.
6th rebound on the night for Riker Hoffman's 3 of those offensive. He's doing a good job on the boards, and we're just glad to see him back on the floor when he went down looking like he
twisted ankle. Hoffman's first foul shot is up and good.
He broke the scoring drought at the beginning of the game with the first free throw, Bradley. Maybe it'll be a good omen.
His second is up and just rattles out. So 38-26 with 5:16 to go in the fourth. Cokeville quickly gets it down on a press breaker. 40-26, Cokeville is now rolling on offense. It took them a while too, but they're there. Weston drives to the hole. The layup is off. Good drive there, but once again, Rebels continue to not be able to find a basket. Hatch gets it across to Walker. Walker to Moyes on the right corner. Back to Walker on the layup, and that is an and one.
Foul's going to be on Carter Scott, and I do believe that could be his fourth.
So that will give Cokeville a 16-point lead. Walker looking to make it 17, and he does. So Ridge brings the ball up. Gets it across half court. He will pull for three, no good. Riker Hoffman with the rebound. He'll be fouled once again on the putback. He'll go to the line shooting two.
And looks like Coach Corney is going to give up on this one and send in the JV squad. They had a nice win in the JV game.
Yeah, if I'm the JV, now is your time to do some proving here. As that is up and good for Riker. Yeah, Rob, some may ask, is Coach Corney waving the white flag? Well, 27 points so far. Any change might be a good change in this situation. I mean, Dylan Fonsbeck, the whole time he's been out there tonight, has been making good plays, so we'll see what happens here. 43-27 after one of those made free throws for Riker Hoffman. Hemrick gets the ball back, and that is going to be Aiden Weston's first foul on Hemrick.
And that'll send him to the free throw line because that puts the Panthers in the bonus.
And Riker will be subbed out. Carter Grohl coming in here after this first foul shot. Hemrick's first is up and no good. Second foul shot is up, and that one does fall. 45-27 for the Panthers. Fonsbeck gets across the timeline, over to Holmes on the right wing. Holmes passes back to Fonsbeck, back to Holmes. Holmes gives to Weston, takes a jab step, gives to Grohl at the top of the key. Grohl gives to Weston, who drives and gets it up and in. Probably the best drive of the night right there, Rob.
Well, the difference is he finished it.
Yeah.
There's been some great drives, but they haven't put it in the hoop.
45-29 now, 3:45 to go in the game. Walker has it on the right wing. He'll pass off to Hemrick in the corner. Hemrick drives all the way to the hole, and he's going to travel. Bit of a Fonsbeck effect as he was there to meet him. So
got to have some urgency here, Bradley.
Yep, Holmes will bring the ball up, 3:30 to go, 44-29. He will hand off to Weston. Weston drives again. This time hands to Carter Grohl. Grohl shoots the three. No good. Holmes gets the rebound. Goes off hard to Grohl again. Grohl drives and scores 45-31 with 3:12 to go. Sure wish we had a shot clock. That would help in this situation. Not that it's an excuse, but that's what hope I would have. Walker passes it to a cutting Moyes. Holmes is there to foul. With 2:59 to go, Moyes will go to the line, shooting two.
Well, after only shooting one free throw in the first half, Bradley, this is the 12-13 coming up for the Panthers in the second.
Moyes' first is off the back iron as Plowman will sub in for Hemrick.
"12 rebounds for Moyes tonight and missed his chance to go double digits on the points."
Moyes' second is off. Fonsbeck goes up for the rebound, and he is fouled by Dash Nate. So the Rebels down 13 with 2:58 to go, as Holmes will bring the ball up the floor here. He dribbles to his right, clears it out and gives it to Fonsbeck. Fonsbeck looking to go back to Holmes, but he's just going to drive here. He kicks it out to Aiden Weston. Aiden for 3, off the mark. The Rebels fight for the rebound there, but Plowman is going to get fouled, so he'll go to the line shooting 2.
I guess the good news, Bradley, is there's only one way you can go after this one.
Well, that's the nature of basketball. It seems like there's always a couple of these eggs that you lay, and you just have to learn from it. And we got 2 more games coming up, one tomorrow, one Saturday. Plowman's first is up and good.
His 6th point of the night.
And that makes it 46-31 for the Panthers. Grohl gets it. He passes it to Fonsbeck on the right wing. Fonsbeck drives, kicks it to Wasden, who gets it to Weston. Back to Fonsbeck inside. Good move there. He's going to be fouled. He'll go to the line shooting 2. So Dylan Fonsbeck, after that good move to the hole, he gets fouled. He'll go to line shooting 2. First is up and good. Fonsbeck's had a great game tonight.
Yes, he has played well.
His second shot is up and good. Dylan Fonsbeck, another All-State football player. He got it for special teams this year. That was just announced. 2:20 to go here in the 4th. Hatch gets it over to Walker. Up top to Moyes, who passes it over to Plowman. Ball is passed back up to Plowman, then to Walker. Walker passes it to Moyes. They are just milking the clock down. Minute 50 to go here. Ball is passed back over to Moyes, then inside to Plowman, back to Hatch, up top to Moyes. Rebels trying to get the ball back here as Thomas has it as well. Passes it to Hatch, back to Thomas. 1:26 to go here. 46-33 for the Panthers. A little bit of keep away going on here. Aiden Weston, great defensive play there to get the steal and the layup, bring the Rebels within 11. Ball's passed back in. The JV squad's done a great job, Rob, so far in this game, coming in and giving the Rebels a much-needed lift. Walker with the ball. He'll hand to Hatch, who kicks it out to Moyes. 48 seconds to go here. Walker with the ball up top, and that's going to be a timeout to get subs in with Coach Hatch as number 2. Gavin Wesk and number 24, Cutler Keach, will sub in for the Panthers. We're not going to go to break, just a quick sub out. So Hemrick does get it in, nearly stolen by Wasden. Walker with the ball. He gets it back to Hemrick, 39 seconds. Hemrick pressured by Aiden Weston. He gets it to Plowman. Plowman to up top to Walker. Ball is driven and back up to Plowman on the wing, who has it. 16 seconds to go here. And number 24, Cutler Keach, is fouled. He'll go to the line shooting 2.
Fouls on Carter Grohl, which I don't think is going to be much of a issue since he's had his first foul of the ball game.
He's got 13 seconds to use the other 4. couple more subs for Cokeville. Number 12, Joey Thomas, and number 3, Nephi Cook, subbing in for Cokeville.
I'm a little curious about that pronunciation on that first name, Bradley. You sure that's
did I
correct?
get that right? Is it Nephi?
I think so.
I haven't heard that one. So 13 seconds to go in the game here. 47-35. Panthers will get this one and remain undefeated as the Rebels go 5-1. Grohl gets it on transition. Aiden Weston takes the drive. Good drive there to the hole. 47-37, and that will round out the clock. Ugly game. I'll just be blunt about it, but to win those games is a hard thing to do, and Cokeville gets it done tonight. And we'll be back after this with our post-game show. Thanks for tuning in.
Is pain holding you back from doing the things you love? At Evanston Regional Hospital, our expert physical therapists can help you get back to feeling your best. We offer personalized treatment plans designed to address your specific needs. Whether you're recovering from an injury, managing chronic pain, or simply looking to improve your mobility, don't let pain control your life. Take control of your health and get moving again. Ask your family doctor if physical therapy is right for you, or call one of our therapy departments directly. Evanston Regional Hospital, because your matters.
Fast, fresh, delicious. Three words that describe your experience every time you enjoy a delicious meal with Jimmy John's. Utilizing the freshest ingredients, home-baked bread, and professional sandwich-building skills, the team at Jimmy John's always delivers a mouth-watering sandwich to satisfy any hunger. Jimmy John's. Freaky fast, freaky fresh. Visit any of our locations today in Evanston, Rock Springs, Sheridan, and Gillette.
Dealing with computer problems can be frustrating and make you wish for your own personal IT guy. Now, everyone can afford an IT guy. Independent Software Solutions has served customers in Wyoming and Utah for over 20 years. We develop software, handle system and network administration, repair personal and business computers, and sell accessories. Independent Software Solutions is your one-stop computer business solution. Call today, 307-789-1978. Let Independent Software Solutions be your IT guy.
Welcome back. This is our post-game show. Rebels take a hard loss here at Cokeville, 47-37. This is our Independent Software Solutions post-game show. Rob, I'd like to give Dylan Fonsbeck player of the game. He subbed in multiple times and gave a lift to the Rebels. He took a few charges, got some good rebounds, a few points. I think he had 6 points, he said. And so he and along with his JV buddies came in and gave the Rebels the most energy they had all night. I don't know what happened, but the Rebels need to regroup for sure, as this weekend is just getting started. Yeah, the Rebels have Grace tomorrow and then North Summit the next day. And so, but we're going to talk wrestling real quick. Part of our calendar update we'll include in there. But Rob, give us an update how our wrestlers did today at the Lyman Duel.
Well, the ladies coming away with a win, 36-18. Vivi Lopez with a pin, Brindley Kirk with a pin, Hazel Wilson with a pin. She's a freshman. I think that's her first win of her career. And Bella Trujillo with a pin as well. And Hillary Rex with a pin. And Lexi Rao won on points. The boys lose 29-39. Scotty Wakefield, Hudson Perry. And I'm looking at things real quick. Came away with some wins. We'll see if we can get some more details tomorrow on the wrestlers.
Thank you, Rob, for that update. Calendar update. So tomorrow, boys and girls will play at home against Grace. Rob, do you have the times on those? I don't remember off the top of my head. We'll get to the times on those. And then
1 o'clock for the freshmen, 2:30 for the JV, and then 4 o'clock for the girls varsity and 5:30 for the boys varsity.
So we'll be broadcasting the 4 and 5:30 games. Pregame show starting at 3:30. So tune into mylocalradio.com or 98.3 KDQ FM. We will be there broadcasting against when the Rebels take on the Grace Grizzlies. And then Saturday, the boys only will take on North Summit at home. And I believe, is that game at 5:30?
No, 1 o'clock for the freshmen, 2:30 JV, and 4 o'clock varsity. And then the wrestlers are at the Kemmer tournament. They begin wrestling, I think, at 2 o'clock tomorrow, and they will continue on Saturday. So a big weekend for the wrestlers.
Yep, good weekend for Rich High Sports. Not the ending we wanted, but basketball is a game of endurance. Long season to go here. Rob, Lex called this state week. I'd rather lose, as much as I hate to say it, I'd rather lose here at Cokeville in mid-December than losing down in Richfield on the third night against Paiute or Panguitch or one of those guys.
Well, I wouldn't want to do this because he's talking about all 3 games. If this was the opening round of the state tournament and you laid an egg 0 for 17 from three-point land, you'd be find yourself on the wrong side of the bracket.
Absolutely. So lessons need to be learned there, and Coach Corney and his staff will make sure that happens. And let's not forget, big win for the girls tonight as they were able to come and take care of business and had a great game there. So thank you for tuning in. We will be back tomorrow once again at 3:30 for the pregame show. We'll see you then.